you leave me where I lay, and we can't go back the way we came. You join me as I leave the frame, because we can't go back there. And no, we won't go back there. Yeah, yeah. There's a price on my head. I've been running for 2 years. Clearly I should be dead. It's a wonder that I'm here. I hide up underneath the cloud. And when we're lying in bed, sometimes I choke on my own tears. I'm not worth my weight in lead, and you're the queen of the reindeer. I could just sit for hours to watch you twirling on your axis amid the tubas and the saxes. So won't you wake me where I lay, and we won't go back the way we came. But join me as I leave the frame, because we can't go back there. No, we won't go back there. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'm an ass, and I light things on fire. It's usually 'cause I'm hot, or I'm hungry, or I'm tired. But anytime I look into your eyes, well, I'm suddenly twice the size. Oh. I think you're full of, I think I'm full of shit. Oh, we're so full of, yeah, we're so full of. I think I'm full of, I think you're full of, I think we're full of shit. Put the guitar up a little bit. I think you're full of shit. I think I'm full of shit too. Don't see a problem with it. It's same with everyone I know. Everyone needs a blanket. And I've been watching you cheat. I've been watching you take showers. I've been watching you eat. I check in every half hour. I love it when you crank it. To watch you twirling on your axis amid the tubas and the saxes. So won't you leave me where I lay, and we can't go back the way we came. You join me as I leave the frame, because we can't go back there. And no, we won't go back there. Yeah, Sometimes I choke on my own tears. I'm not worth my weight in lead. And you're the queen of the reindeer. I could just sit for hours to watch you twirling on your axis amid the tubas and the saxes. So won't you wake me where I lay, and we won't go back the way we came. But join me as I leave the frame, because we can't go back there. No, we won't go back there. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'm an ass, and I light things on fire. It's usually 'cause I'm hot, or I'm hungry, or I'm tired. But anytime I look into your eyes, well, I'm suddenly twice the size. Oh. I think you're full of, I think I'm full of shit. I was so full of, yeah, we're so full of. I think I'm full of, I think you're full of, I think we're full of shit. Put the guitar up a little bit. I think you're full of shit. I think I'm full of shit too. Don't see a problem with it. It's same with everyone I know. Everyone needs someone.
Hello everyone, welcome. And welcome Mark. How are you doing, Mark, today? I hope he's doing well, because we're opening up his game. Didn't really ask him. You know, that's what you get when you leave games at my house. I'm here with Jimbo. How are you today, Jimbo?
Good. I tried to stop him, Mark. I tried to...
Until he read the rules and saw how much fun this is going to be. And
That's a lie. I didn't spend last night watching videos and salivating over playing this game.
so we're doing something different. Let's go right to the thing, because we don't know puppet shows today. We're all the way down here. Here we go. We are going to unbox this, and then we're going to immediately set it up and play it. So this will be something new that we do. I'm not sure. I hope so. We'll see how it goes. Might be too much. Might not be entertaining. Who knows? So this is Uprising. It is going to be a co-op troops on a map game, which is exciting because it is really much my jam, because I have this game and it has survived forever in my collection. Level 7 Invasion, which is a cooperative troops on a map game, which is science fiction. This is fantasy. There's another fantasy troops on a map. I kept saying it over and over in my head, but now it's Defenders of the Realm, I believe it's called, which is very much a pandemic style game. This does have one pandemic-y type mechanic in it. When the skeletons come up, when you get to 3 skeletons, they merge together and form something big. But enough chit-chat, because we don't do that. We get right into cutting and destroying stuff. I'm not used to this one camera right here, and I can't get up and throw stuff. So there's going to be less throwing today, because we need to know where stuff is. And underneath we have an expansion, which we will open up as well, but we will not play.
My name is Powell, and my name is on the...
We have a designer. I did contact them. They said they hopefully could have someone here. So apparently we have a designer here from Nemesis Games. That's great. Hopefully he can stick around and tell us all the mistakes that we make.
Nice to meet you, Pavel.
This is a Kickstarter version, so I believe it's an all-in pledge because I see the expansion here. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure this is what comes in retail as well. This has, I love this. This is going to happen with Frostpunk as well, where it doesn't quite close. Although the picture that the Frostpunk people sent us says, "Oh, we found out how we can ship everything in one box. We just have to have the lid slightly off." And the picture they sent was sort of like this. So that will be interesting. All right. So here we go. Uprising. Curse of the Last Emperor. Safety notice and warning. Lots of radiation. Templates with resources and locations, and we have some cool ice beacon things.
Ice towers.
Ice towers. We have the board. We'll see lots of that later. We have some player aids. We'll need 2 of those. This is interesting. This is good because I saw this in a video that I just watched this morning when the guy referenced the rule book and it had spiral binding. I was like, wow, is this like a pre-production thing that he got? Or not, but look at that spiral bound rule book, Jimbo. So that is amazing. We'll reference that.
I can't tell you how relieved I am to see that it's a spiral bound rulebook because Walker's picked up this horrific habit of bending rulebooks back on their spine.
Okay, now that we're on this page, let's see this. This is one issue that I did have with the rulebook. Let's put it up. Yeah, that's close enough that you can see it. There are a lot of references. The rulebook's fantastic from what I know, from what I've read. I read the whole thing. 50 pages, 55 pages, but it does 58, 60 pages. There's one thing that I hated, is that all of the references on the cards are numbers. So I constantly had to go back and remember, it's like, oh no, it's not saying number of cards, it's referencing this over here. I really wish they'd used letters as opposed to numbers. Anyway, small gripe, let's move on. And this is fantastic. Much like Steam Watchers, every faction has its own, and the lids are shaped funky, Jimbo, just so that when you put in the other stuff,
Oh, so they easily go back into the box.
so you know that these are supposed to be on top, and we don't even have to sort these now. Oh, we do have to base them. Not a big deal. We have blue and yellow. We'll open all these up separately after we get the box empty, and we'll take a look at them. It looks like we might have to put on some stickers. I meant to message them and ask them about that, but anyway, we'll deal with it as we wish. Jim, do you want to take care of that chat and just let me know if there's something that we need to address so I'm not constantly looking back? Alright, so we have, the other cool part is that they have trays built small so you can just fill them up and have them at the table. 1 per side, 2 resource boxes, and they're even listed as such. I'll put those over here. We're going to do a little bit of punching out. I hope that's not a huge deal. We have some cards to open up. We'll deal with that in a moment. This game has everything that troops on a map, co-op, colored dice, special skill dice, super fun. Oh no, we don't have to do any stickers. They're already
Silk screen?
They're already silk screened, so we're good there. We have our action counters. We'll need 8 of those each. We have another resource bin that we'll have out, and we have a 3rd resource bin. All right, bottom of the box. We should have had. If this is the retail version, there really should be.
There's no retail.
There is no retail.
Kickstarter exclusive.
Kickstarter, did I miss that? All right, Kickstarter exclusive. I was going to say, that's fine then. Because it didn't have any picture of the gameplay on the box. And you really should have just a quick layout on the box. So this is cool. We'll show this off first.
Pavel says they have a no sticker rule.
No sticker rule. That's a decent rule. These are going to be cool. These are going to be on the board, and they have 3 levels. And look at this. They're painted. Super cool. So these are the enemies, level 2, and then you put a.
Yes, these are the garrisons where the vile Imperial oppressors gather.
And then, oh, nice. And then
To vilely
it's
oppress
just
us.
shaped, Jimbo. See how it's just star shaped, so it just fits nicely on top. Wow. Okay. Well, this is already winning. And it matches the table, so it wins even further. Super cool. We'll just put that off to the side for now. Boom. Garrison's done. 3 levels. 23, there they are. Put those over there. Then we have the legions, the figures that will be roaming around and destroying
Our havens.
our havens. They're nice plastic. They come with faces. We'll keep that in there. Actually, I suppose we could have used that for this. Let's just see if this is going to work. Got a fantastic media pack. We'll just quickly see while I talk and pretend that I'm talking about something. Standees. Chaos, Empire. Here we are. And then we highlight it. There we go. So that's what they sort of look like. Hopefully this won't be too bad. They got a great media pack that I downloaded. We'll see if that works well with me bringing up images. If it takes too long, then we'll try to resort to our green screen that works perfectly every time.
Yeah.
All right. We need to go. The knife needs to fall into my foot. All right. Actually, I think we're done with that anyway. So we'll try to split this back and forth evenly. I'll throw this at Jimbo, but don't fiddle with it quite yet. Throw the clicky and the clackies and the bases. That'll be one project later. This is the Chaos. That will be the other faction that we have to fight. They even have to fight themselves. So that will be interesting. Up. Standees. Chaos. Let's throw a random one up there. Let's throw a Bloodworm. That looks interesting. So there's the Bloodworm. That's what they look like. I'll take these ones. So there's skeletons in here and curses that are very difficult to get rid of. I had to double check to see the fact that you can't actually attack them to get rid of them. They're going to come up in cards or benefits, I'm sure. A lot of this is unknown because we have not played this, not even on Tabletop Simulator. This is out of the box. Alright, let's get this out of here. No, that locked it. Goodbye. Alright. These are things that we get to put on our havens, which will look super cool. Let's grab havens. Don't like clips on cards. We'll see how that goes. So when the legions come out, they're going to be at a certain rank. And we'll use these card clips. There are a lot of, maybe it's just like sort of an Arkham thing. I hate Arkham, and they have lots of clips on cards, and therefore I hate them by default. But I digress. Do we have any havens anywhere?
Arkham doesn't have clips on cards.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Look, who's the professional here?
There's no havens.
No havens, no havens. Havens! Got worried for a very short moment. We'll gear up a quick, cool-looking haven because you have havens, color-coded, and then we get to build walls on them if we wish. And look at that, it goes perfectly rounded.
I love this. I'm a huge sucker for this kind of thing.
And then we can put towers in our havens as well, and the tower fits right in the middle. Oh, look at that. So cool. All right. We will put these back in their respective bags. And we'll put them to the side because they don't need to be sorted. They just need to be used later. Boom. Boom. All right. Dice cards, havens. These need to be sorted per color. We'll do that when it happens. Look at these giant cards. Quests and legions and chaos, I'm sure. These are all the different faction boards. They have story on the back. 4 factions in the main box. We're going to open up the expansions. They will have 4 others, but we're going to keep it. We're going to resist, and we're going to keep it to just the main box for today. Here's the dice. You can see on the card here. It'll tell you which each type of dice the factions use, and your hero will also roll a bunch of dice when they go on quests. And they all have different skulls and lightning bolts and shields, and they all correspond to different things you can do with them.
Oh, that's not good. There's wicked reflection on it because of the plastic, but there's a thing that will show you what each die facings, which facings each dice has. Very good stuff.
Yeah, we'll just crack that. There's a knife. We'll crack that right now. Actually, I didn't set up the card can at all, so we can't even get. I'll have to do a physical. Oh wait, it's got a band on it. Mike, use the band. Be smart. I need to do a close up of my manged thumb. So if it looks like I'm struggling, it's because I'm injured. There we go. All right. Giant deck of giant cards. Will be our hero cards. Will be here as well. So there's the card that. Oh, look at that, Matt. Oh. So good. All right. So there's the card Jimbo was talking about. It tells you what each die face is on, so you can just keep that beside you. So because a lot of times you have to get rid of dice or add dice, and then you just want to know which ones to add, then this will be a quick thing to look at. One of those for each player. And here we are, our heroes. So there are 4 different colors, but you can choose. No, these are not. These are something else.
That's
we'll talk about.
probably-
Oh no! Speak about being injured.
Did you just get blood all over them?
Not all over, just kind of all over.
Do you want me to get a paper towel?
No, we're good.
Do you want a band-aid from upstairs?
No, it'll stop. All right. That's the that's not blood. So just show those off, Jimbo. I'll be right back.
So these are events. Events have a varying level and a varying threat level. I apologize for the glare. Try to angle it. The game is divided into chapters. Chapters will have events. I believe, if I recall from the video, that events will happen at the beginning of a chapter. Don't quote me on that. I'm frequently wrong. As you can see, they all have cool artwork on the left-hand side. And they will tell you things that are going to happen in the upcoming for the upcoming chapter.
So we have quest cards. These are the things your heroes do. They roll a bunch of dice to try to look for successes. We'll get into that later. We won't go over all that stuff now because it'll all come up in the game. Legions that come out. I thought the hero cards. Yeah, there we go. Here are the hero cards. I didn't hear you talk. Did you talk about them?
I did not.
All right. So the hero cards, they're interesting because they're double-sided. So when you pick a faction, you can choose what side you want to play.
So cool.
So each one has. Not only does each one have their own side of the card, but they'll each have a separate standee, and they'll each have a separate feat deck. I was having issues with are those the chapters? Oh, there. All right. Put those there with that, and those we'll put with that as well. And then chapters. So each game, it's very modular. I like how they did it. You can choose how many chapters you want to do, and I think we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4 today, like chapter 1, 2, and 3, and 4. But you could do a 1, 2, 2, 3, or they say you can set up however you way, how much difficulty or how long you want to make the game. But I think we're going to try to do a 1, 2, 3, 4 and see how that goes. Remembering that in the last chapter, the hordes get 2 activation tokens as opposed to 1. What do we got left? I think that is everything. Let's quickly do the expansion and then get on with setting up. Alright, the Arch Nemesis expansion. So I'm sure the designer can tell us, but this has 8 more factions in it, but we don't want to use them because we're not sure if they have like additional rules that are going to affect the game, or are they just straight up extra factions that you can play. But we are going to keep it with just the base game for today.
4 more factions, 8 total.
8 total. Oh, 8 total. So 4. Gotcha. Thought it was 4 double. Oh, no, it would be 4 factions.
4 heroes.
8 heroes.
Yes.
My mistake.
More radiation.
Alright, so we have, looks like new tokens that we didn't have before. New territories that you can go to. Spiral bound rulebook for the extra rules. The 4 factions that we just talked about. They also get their own trays. Look at that. Amazing. A I said, let's not go too much into this, but more cards, more items, more stuff, more factions, different colors, target tokens.
And 4 arch nemesis and bosses.
Yes, giant bosses. I did see that in the Tabletop Simulator mod. It loaded these giant standees. And that's that. We did not open up. Actually, I'll wait till we get this way before I open up anything else. So yeah, some more items and more stuff. Nope. Let's get everything back in the, so nothing gets accidentally mixed up. There we go. Open this first. Beautiful. Done. Done. Lid. The lip on the trays is a bit too big. If you want to make it easier for them to take out, recommend that you cut the tip with some scissors. Well, all right, so that's expansion, but we will get that out of here. All right, Jimbo, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Actually, wait, we didn't open these cards. We'll quickly open these cards
Would you like me to open those cards?
with my bummed hand. Oh wait, the tab thing actually worked. There we go. All right, here we have items and druid cards and
skill cards.
feat cards.
Yeah, sorry, feat cards, not skill cards.
Lots of stuff. But like I said, if we could, no sense explaining it now because we're actually about to play it. So let us try to clear some room.
Give us a quick moment while we attempt to figure out how to clear the room we're going to need for the game.
All right, I'll let you do that. I'm going to start sorting this stuff. Does anyone have any questions about anything we showed off so far? We can go back and show you again. Hanzo the Trader. Wonder what he's going to trade with us. I'm sure that's what they mean when they say trader. It's not that he betrays his own people. He would not do that.
No, that's crazy talk.
It's Hanzo we're talking about here.
It's Hanzo.
Hanzo. Sorry.
Unless he's like Hansel, who's so hot right now.
Or did you already sort of put that into frame?
Yes. Just trying to...
Source box. Alright, let's do this craziness and we'll sort them as we punch them out. Here are some, and some, and some. Maybe we should play some music. Do we have any questions?
Anybody got any answers?
I was telling Jimbo the other day that I was looking at other creators, what they're looking forward to coming out this year, and I remember seeing it in their looking for coming out last year, so I even went back to check. It's like, yeah, this game is now 2 years late, and the number of times it's happened, because even in my list, I'm going to be talking about, I think most anticipated game for me last year was Wonderland's War, and it will still be my number one anticipated game, maybe, for this year, because it is still on the boat. But some of these things are much closer, and I'm not sure, I'm wondering maybe someone in chat knows, because it looked as though before you couldn't change the release date of a game, because they never did. Like when they said it was 2021, even if it came out later, it always kept the date. But there are several games now that the date has changed. I'm wondering if Board Game Geek either changed its policy permanently, or if it was something they brought up for just because of COVID problems or what they did. Who knows? But long story short, games have had their release date changed. Just want to sort those tiles. It's unfortunately it came out so close to the end of the year, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. There'll be plenty of people in that category. Super turbo time. Alright. Finish these cards before I knock over this whole stack. Jimbo, do you have an idea of who you want to play, or at least what color you want to play? Not necessarily which hero.
Oh, likely, yes.
Alright, so I think we'll just deal with the factions that we're going to play as opposed to straightening up all of them. Alright, what have we got? Do you have some stuff for me over there? Here's our very cool tracker for the chapter track. Here's our first player marker. Here is another hex for you. And these are activation tokens, I believe, for the chaos.
Seems like it. I'm a little unnerved by how many there are.
Oh, they're double-sided. Very clever. Let's see.
A plus.
A plus. Alright, so activation tokens for the Chaos and for the Legions. We'll put them here. For now, this is clear. Oh, look at, see that? This is how you lose tokens. See, that's how I had to go back into the garbage one year and fish out and realize that one was just dangling on. So now I triple check. Alright. There's the heroes, there's the items. What have we got over here hiding the rest of the Yanni cards? These are target discs, question mark.
Yes, these are target discs.
Well, those are target discs.
Those are victory point trackers.
Victory point trackers, correct. Alright, we don't need all these either. What color do you think you're going to play, Jimbo? We need one for Chaos, one for the Legion, and then we have the 4 for the different factions.
Basically any of the factions but red is what I'm looking at right now.
Alright.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking the beige faction. Although I think I'll pay the red, just because I think they're a little more straightforward and attacky. So we'll go with the red.
I'm probably biased because in the video we watched, red kind of got smacked around.
Gotcha.
So I have a bit of a bias that red might get smacked around.
So you are taking...
I'll take yellow.
Yellow it is. And are there just exactly 5 cards in each of the Chaos and the Legion cards? Or is it just the whole deck for now?
Currently it's the whole deck.
Okay, no problem.
Put it there.
Alright, that's that done. Events, I'll deal with that now. And what do you think, Joe? Just do a 1, 2, 3, 4 for the events? For the chapters?
It should say in the rulebook.
No, well, it does. It does say do 1, 2, 3. But like I said, you can change the difficulty and length.
Oh yeah, no, I suggest we'll start with
Sure.
it. Start with it as it's meant
Man,
to be.
the thickness of these cards are ridiculous. They're like 1 degree short of being...
Oh, thank you, Pavel. Apparently the white faction is the most difficult to play.
Alright, there's our chapter 1.
And don't forget to get the red skull cards.
Oh, I think these are going to be... No, they're not going to be all visible. Red skulls. There's 1, there's 2. Well, we were lucky we didn't get it, but...
Thank you, Pavel, for the reminder.
Alright, chapter 1. Rest, back in the box. Chapter... I'll go through the items and remove the red skulls.
I have already removed the...
Did you do the Legion, the Hordes, maybe?
Why are you in here?
Why are you even here? So, these are the red skulls. This means you're going to play the advanced game. And it makes it even harder. Although I think probably the items are a little bit more powerful because you're doing... So, I don't think there would be a problem leaving in the red skull items to help us out. But I will remove them. Just because I don't want to be called a cheater. Do you have a pile of Red Skull stuff?
I do.
So the items are done. So are there any feats that have Red Skulls? Do I need to go through each feat deck? How about druids?
You
Druids
make the
deck-
game
oh,
really hard.
the druids, in fact, also have some red skulls. Goodness gracious, the druids would not like us, and although this is always a benefit, maybe these are more powerful.
No red skull feats.
No red skull feats. Good. Didn't want to go through all of those anyway. What are these hiding over here? Oh, the red skull events. Here we go. They were right in front of me all the time. I thought they were pilfered. All right. Chapter 2s with no red skulls. 1. Chapter 3. No red skulls. And chapter 4. No red skulls. All right. There we are. Before we go any further, we are
doing a full epic length game.
No. Oh, so yeah. Let's go 3 chapters. Let's be more realistic.
That's why I was asking.
Rule book. Instead of going over everything 6 times, let's just do it in order here. All right. Map is on the table. Is it in the middle though, Jimbo? See, this is very, very important.
I would say so.
All right. Your player board is where you set stuff up. Good stuff. You are yellow.
I am indeed yellow.
So I believe that is these 2 heroes that you get to choose from.
Yellow.
Item deck up here somewhere. Should be shuffled a little bit. And my 2 heroes, I can take Dugpa or Kahal. Kahal seemed pretty intense. We'll take Kahal, getting rid of the other ones. We'll stack these up. And more than likely they will fit right into their faction things later, but we'll deal with that another time. Here's my home territory. Like I said, I totally just said that we should do things in order, but then I'm just totally, bypassing that. But it's just a matter of making space. So instead of 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, turbo setup. That's done. So, like Scythe, we have some things we're going to reveal as we put out our little homes. We're going to get one on our territory. These are things that I can set up at a later time. These will divide later. All right. Your player board. Actions. Decides on the faction. Takes the board. 4 units. Home hexes. Flip the hero. Oh, the hero cards. No, those are the skull hero cards?
This is all skull stuff.
They're in the big deck. Perfect. These ones. This is the hero I'm going to play. And this is the hero, one of those 2 that you are going to play. These can go back in the box. Alright. Hero card. Form the feat deck. Here it is. There are, in your feat deck, Jimbo, once you've chosen your hero, in your feat deck there will be a couple of cards that say start on them. And we get to start with those ones out. There we are. Then we're going to shuffle the rest. Keep an eye on the chat and you can tell us everything we're doing wrong. Make sure to check your pillage feat after every combat. Yes. After combat. And then, like they said, there's lots of, they put nice terminology, tell you exactly when everything is going to go off, exactly what dice to use. We'll see how all of this plays out. Your feat deck marks start. Next to your hero card, shuffle the remaining feats. Place your havens 10 on your player board, covering the resources. Done. 5 salt, 5 of every resource. 3, 4, 5. 3, 5. Oh, do you have some?
I have some
You have some.
resources.
All right, I'm just getting my own then. 3 and 5. 3 and 5. These are, so people that are listening know what they are. They are salt, plunder, and food. All right. 8 action points. That's done. Victory point tracker. Done. Next, building the map. Put the map in the center. Stuff on the side. See page 7 for the diagram. So we're doing 2 factions. We need the capital. Look, we have this already set up. Is,
We will
is
need
there a
hexes
capital
down.
hex?
We need hexes down first.
Get us a capital hex then. Place the capital hex showing the X on the indicated space on the map.
I'm assuming that this is the capital, because it says the capital.
With the X, perfect. It gets a full level 3 garrison. Place the capital hex showing the X on the indicated space, but remove any advanced. We have done that. Oh, did we actually go through the tiles and do that? We have done that. See, we're smart. We're smarter. Remove any. We did that. All right. Place 1 random C tower hex in the indicated spaces. So Jimbo, we will need 2 C towers, please.
And where do we need these C towers?
They are going to go 1. I don't know what that is.
Just
put 1
here, and I'll.
Well, there's just 2. 1 will go here, and the other one will go opposite here. Perfect. Face down. Place 3 garrisons on the capital and 1 garrison on 3 of the adjacent hexes. Well, what are the adjacent hexes going to be?
They're random face down. So
Oh,
all,
from
all
now
the
on.
dark, all
Gotcha.
the dark.
Yeah, the rest will be random straight down. All right.
Which one are we?
The 2 factions, yeah. Did I actually just randomly put my thing in the right spot? I did. No, I didn't. I mean, I meant to put it there. 100%.
That seems to be.
C tower by itself, 2 rows. We're ready. We need a handful of.
Hello.
Howell and Lilith. We're going to go here and here and here. So for people who have not been here before, normally we have the game already set up. Normally we're ready to go, but we did unboxing of it and we're going right into a play. So please bear with us. I think we're going, I have a pretty good clip here. Next step. Place a curse on the indicated spaces. Place a skeleton on the indicated spaces. So, alright, so that's me. Jimbo has his stuff ready. Maybe I should have given him this stuff instead because the Legion stuff is
Not until chapter 2.
not until chapter 2. So I'll give you this, Jimbo, if you want to place the correct. So we're going to do a curse here. Just waiting to get you. Skeleton, and then when you're done that, I'll take both of those down here for my area, and then you get a curse and a skeleton as well.
Oh, you're very welcome, Lilith.
Oh, sorry. All right, and then I'm going to give you that because things. All right, so we've done everything that I see on the map, so that part is done. I knew the druid cards were there. All right, random druid card on every space. I'm wondering, That's the other thing. Maybe if Pavel's still around, do we just choose one at random, or are these somehow numbered that I didn't notice in any of the documentation? There's our 4. Actually, we only need. It says 4. I'll put 4 out, but I think we only need 3 because we're only doing 3 chapters. But I digress. We'll put those out for now and be done with it. Place the victory point trackers of the Empire. Yes, victory point trackers are done. We unboxed Dice Throne and played it, so to get this in, that was nice. See, Dice Miner. No, Dice Throne. Ooh. Alright, last steps. Remove any feats, quest, or remove skulls. All done. Shuffle the item deck and place it face down on the map. Shuffle the quest deck and place it face down on the map. The item deck is there. I believe I have the quest deck here. Let me just go through it quickly and make sure that they are all quests. And since it was over here, I'm going to check. No, I see skulls already. Any other skulls hiding in here? But yes, there are. Maybe I should throw one in there just as a side. Hey, Jimbo, we can just throw like one skull quest in there as a surprise.
Or
you're no fun.
bear with me here. Or
they're random.
could
You
not
might
do
need
that.
to for place action depending on which event you get. I see. You missed at least one red skull. Is that in what I was just doing, or in the druid pile? Where did I miss a red skull? Yes, you're right. Look at that. See, he's watching. He's very meticulous. He's watching everything. Oh, I did 2 there. So see that? You're smart. Did I miss them? Did I? Or was I sneaking them in? Dun, dun, dun. Well, if red skulls show up during the game, we can always sub them out. Jimbo,
Yes.
this is you, correct?
Yes, that is me.
I believe that's
That's a start card.
a start card.
I thought I only started with 1.
Here are a bunch of other skull cards that are not supposed to be here. Alright, pile of skull cards. Where are we? This should be over
So,
with.
yeah, that's,
Oh, I see. You just wanted to put it there. We'll build them as we need them type thing.
I can just keep
Gotcha.
going there now if you would like.
No, yeah, there's some more there. Shuffle the Horde and Legion decks. For a game with 2 factions, deal 5. So that's what I was talking about with these. There should only be 5 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the rest here. There's going to be a big sorting thing at the end. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shuffle these up. Did you want to pass me that Legion deck, please, Jimbo? Double check for skulls. Alright, 5 of these. It is. Great job. I think everything's good so far. I'm really hoping that everything comes together. We will see. Alright, Horde. Those are done. Quest. Shuffle Horde decks. Face down. Additional. Add 1 Horde and 1 Elite per faction. Yes, but I'm only playing 2. Standees, targets are there. Shuffle the 4 event decks. We've done all that. I jumped ahead because that's what I do. Can I have a dice tray, Jimbo, please? And where did we end up hiding the dice? Oh, they're over there. May I have the dice, please? Thank you. Oh, we have one of these tokens hiding. Alright, all the fun time dice here. Oh, wonderful. So ready for that. Alright. Let me hide a box that is bothering me. One moment. Let's lock it in place. There we go. Alright. Next. Dice in the dice bowl. Place the reserves into the trays. Done. Next, place the inlay map with the activation tokens, threat trackers, walls, towers, curses, skeletons, and garrisons. Done. Well, the garrisons aren't over there, but
Where'd the garrisons go?
I have them in bags over here.
Okay. As long as you have them.
Give one player the first player token. That's going to be you, Jimbo. Why? Because I said so. Play passes to the left of the action phase. Start the game by placing the chapter tracker 21 at the top of the chapter track. Resolve each step, which is great. Everything's there. Move it down. Maybe I'll never have to look in the rule book again once we get started. Game length and difficulty. Advanced
And if
components.
anybody believes that, I have some swampland in Florida I'd like to sell you.
All right. Jimbo, are you ready? I'm ready. Here's a
ready.
combat sequence.
I woke up ready.
We'll tuck this underneath like so. My feet, I'm going to check them one more time. There's some interesting ones in there. So, things that we might forget, Jimbo, between feats and items.
You can only have 10.
10.
Are we supposed to draw any additional feats? Or do we just
No.
start with the 2 starts?
Just the 2 starts at the start. I know that seems odd, but it's the way it is. Some things will never change. Oh, so much stuff everywhere. All right. How about listeners? Are the listeners ready?
If Mark's still here, Mark, are you ready? Or is he busy planning our deaths?
Maybe he's already his card. These guys are messing everything up.
Exactly.
All right, there I am. Nowhere did I read that said put your hero on the hex, but we're going to go with that. And starting units? Did we miss starting units? Maybe not. We have to make sure that we don't spend too much.
He says the chapter tracker will reveal all in due time.
Oh, okay, so off. No, it doesn't say the chapter tracker cannot say place your hero on the map. That I know.
Why can't it not say that?
Because I would say it every chapter, and that doesn't quite make sense.
Perhaps it will say first turn only.
Maybe. All right. Are you all shuffled up over there?
I am ready to go.
What is the very first thing on our chapter track?
Reveal 1 druid card.
All right. Which one do you want to reveal?
That one.
This one. This one says...
So it can happen during archery or clash.
All right. Actually, wait. Let's do this, Jimbo.
It is called Watcher.
I am playing this faction. Check that out. Oh, yeah. I have to unlock it here so I can move it around. That is me. Then Jimbo. Jimbo, you are playing...
Ooh, delicious co-op legs. Enjoy, Pavel.
You're playing...
I am playing, what are they called? I don't know.
Whole Quentin. That?
Nope.
No.
That's one of the expansions.
Expansions?
I'm the one with that one.
This one. This is Jimbo. Jimbo's playing this faction. Man, the art, so cool. All right. Then we add a druid card. We have that as well. Please stand by.
It's called Watcher.
Druid cards, quest, horde, druid. There we go. It's called which?
Watcher.
Watcher. Wanderer? Watcher. There we go. There is our druid card. So this means during combat, archery, and clash, if we roll a lightning bolt, we get to do what it says.
Yeah, we may reroll any of our dice that do not show lightning bolts before damage is dealt once per archery round, once per clash round.
And I think these druid cards stay out, so this will be for the rest of the game, and we'll slowly get more. Flip your player board around.
Oh, because it's upside down for the.
Like they want it like this?
I guess so.
No, that's upside down. Maybe yours upside down? No. Pavel, flip your board around. Oh, maybe it tells you. Oh, I see. It tells you who you're playing on the other side.
Aha!
But we figured it out.
Thank you, Pavel.
All right. Sorry, we revealed it. We've shown it. What's next? After the druid card, Jimbo.
After the druid card, we are now at flip all your face down cards back to face up.
Done.
Regain your 8 action potions.
Done.
Points, rather. Deal 3 new item cards. So we have the Zert Leaves. You may always discard this to add any 1 die to a player's roll outside of combat before rolling.
Nice.
We have Blackfire, which may happen in the archery phase, you pay 1 salt to gain 1 white die. You must have 1 magic in order to use this item. You can use it before rolling once per round on the hero's hex.
So, a quick aside, don't mean to interrupt, but just to remind us, at any time, we can burn an action crystal to get a salt. Just so you know. So if you're short...
By trading?
Yes. No, is that under trade?
You may use this action always. This action does not end your turn. Gain a salt.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. And then Axe of the Giants, which happens during the Clash phase. You may pay a food to gain a skull. You must be Strength 3 to use the Axe of the Giants. Right. Then, deal 3 new quests. Quest number 1. Druid Sacrifice.
Uh-oh. But we just got our druid.
If you're on a hex with a curse, you get extra dice for doing it.
All right, then.
Willing to Fight. If you're on a hex with enemy units, you get an extra dice for doing it. And Tua Then Allies. If your hero's on a marsh hex, you get an extra die.
So other things we have to keep in mind is that all of the hexes give advantages. So we have to
Yes,
try
it's
to
printed
use
right
that.
on the printed on both sides of the board.
All right, I have an extra stand, which is semi-alarming. Times 6
Pass
turns.
the first player token left. I'm assuming the first time, or do I just pass this to you?
No, first turn it's skipped.
Okay. Then, the event phase. Add 2 threat to all Legion and Horde cards in play.
So if you had bad guys out, they would get nastier. And as you wound them, their threat goes down.
These horns are not quite wide enough.
They go, it's to go the other way, yes.
Oh, like
just
this.
so, yes.
The first player draws and reads the next event. It is called Azur's Essence.
I do not have overlays for this, so we'll just read it aloud.
The Inquisition seeks to reassemble Azur's Essence scattered when the curse destroyed all life on the mainland. Place 1 salt on each unexplored hex that shows salt. So 1 here, 1 here, and 1 on each of the 2 towers. If you flip that hex, you gain the salt. Aware of the Prophet of Thorn's purpose, the Inquisition holds her captive, staving off the return of the old gods. Are you sure this is a Chapter 1 event? Okay. Place 1 Legion at threat 4 and its target on a sea tower. So, we have gained our first Legion. It is the Imperial Guard.
Here's some clips, Jimbo, and I will bring up the Imperial Guard. Well, we do so. Yes, the event will be legions. It will be a model. They'll get a target that will go on whatever it'll tell us where the target goes, and then it will move towards that target and destroy any havens along the way. And the haven when it gets there.
The clips are nice and loose, except for the part where the card tucks in. So
Nice.
I think you may like that. They are unlikely to damage the cards.
They don't
in
like
my opinion.
completely warp the card. Well, that's nice. Card item, card legions. That's what we want. What's the name of the one that we got?
Azur's Essence. Oh no, the Legion? Sorry, the Imperial Guard.
Imperial Guard. There we are.
It's 1 Legion at threat 4 and its target on a sea tower.
So here's the legion we have. Immediately place its target. Place 1 garrison in every hex with a garrison.
Do you want this closer to you, or do you want me to handle it?
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay, so this is the Imperial Guard, and its target is here. So it's actually just going to chill out in that area because it's defending the sea tower.
Place
It
its target.
It says here, place 1 Legion at threat 4 and its target on a sea tower.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
just defending.
Gotcha.
Then, immediate defensive stance. Place its target, which we've done.
Yep.
Place 1 garrison on every hex with a garrison except the capital.
Gotcha.
So these 3 level 1 garrisons all level up to 2.
Which is terrible.
It is, in fact, terrible. Place 1 Horde at threat 4 on any empty hex adjacent to a different sea tower. So, draw us a horde, sir.
Horde.
It is the
Sorry.
the bloodworm. Like a dark maelstrom, the worm devoured the souls of the living.
We have Bloodworm. There he is. There's the Bloodworm.
Immediate. Place one curse on any hex with no X. So he's going to be showing up over here. Well, sorry, first. Let's place him first. One horde on a threat 4 on any empty hex adjacent to a different sea tower. So I'm going to put him here. And then when he comes into play, it comes into play. Place one curse on any hex with no X on it. How about here?
Sounds good.
Yeah. And then place one curse on any hex with no X, empty if possible. So again, perhaps here?
Empty if possible.
Empty if possible, right. Here.
Sure.
That kind of cuts you off, but I'm trying to avoid curses on our first.
It's a lot of curses for the first chapter.
As our first chapter, it is threat 4. Okay, so then, that was, we drew the first event. Then we place one action token on every Horde and Legion card.
Where your Bloodworm go?
There, Bloodworm's over there.
So there it is, our activation
That's the
token.
right here. Bloodworm will be down there.
Sorry, down here. Oh yeah, depending on their
Can I have an activation token?
their
Initiative.
initiative.
This one right here.
Okay.
Alright, then we're in the build phase. Draw 2 feats from your feat deck. Keep 1 feat,
Put the other at the bottom.
put the other on the bottom.
All right. I got something that's going to help me in Clash, which I'll probably take. I've got something that will give me bonuses on dice, which look pretty good as well, but they're going to be mostly for completing quests because the leaders don't add to combat. And it looks like I'm getting right into combat immediately, so I'm going to take Troll Clash. If the troll is destroyed here, roll 1 black. Well, I don't want my troll to be destroyed, so I have changed my mind. And we will take this additional feat, which I believe goes underneath my leader. When you gain this, gain 3 resources, choose leadership or guile, and place this under your hero card.
Or you get bonus stats.
Bonus stats and 3 resources.
Nice.
Isn't salt harder to get than the rest?
I have genuinely no idea.
So I'm going to take 1 of each, just because I'm not sure. Salt and food. And then I'm going to take, I have no guile, so I will take the guile. Now guile is 2 dice, and you have to choose. Or that sounded weird.
If you would like to
Yeah.
roll the white die, which has more blanks but has a chance to roll shields, or the orange die, which has less blanks but only has skulls, which are hits.
Here's what I need 1 of those.
Right. Then build any units, towers, or walls from.
Build any units or towers or walls from the reserve on any of your havens, max 5 per hex. If you have no havens, choose 1 explored empty hex. Alright, so this is where you have to be careful not to spend all your resources. They say, it has been said that you make sure you can at least do a command and build a haven this turn. So make sure you have at least 3 goods left for building your haven and a food left for commanding.
Okay. I'm going to build
Should I go right for the troll?
A berserker.
Because I did get that extra.
My love for you is like a truck.
I got that extra food.
Berserker.
And I didn't want to rush. And nothing else has happened since then. So I'm going to take back the salt and the good. This is from my feet.
Cell sword.
And I'm going to take all food. So 2 extra food. Alright. So the troll. 5 food and 2 salt.
Two hunters.
This is where Pablo says you were playing it all wrong. Those are not, or Pavel, sorry, Pavel will say, those are terrible choices. But this is the way we roll here.
It's time to make some terrible choices.
Terrible choices. I'm going to get. I'm only going to want 1 command. Yes, probably just. Oh wait, but he's way. Yeah, 1 command this turn. 1 turn is so long. So 1 basic warrior. Probably a mistake. Basic archers. Choose 1. And then Warg Riders, which I should have some of, but now have no resources left to do so. But I have a troll, so that will be good. All right, so we have built units, towers, and/or walls. Oh, we could have built towers and walls. Let's see.
I don't feel I'm
what do I
going
have
to attack this turn,
left?
do you?
Well, I've got this skeleton right here. You don't have to build the walls before you build the towers.
I do not believe so. And each one only costs 1 spoils to build.
So 1. Oh, it is 1 each. So I will do that. I will build both. Spoil and a spoil gets me a tower and a wall. I will be cool and make my home haven awesome. Only because I have this guard here. What is his reward, Jimbo, just as an aside?
If destroyed, remove its target and gain 5 victory points. Destroy 1 non-Imperial unit or threat here.
Alright,
So that might be a way to destroy curses. If a curse is in his, if they are threats, when the Imperial Guard is destroyed, they may take a curse with them.
Powell.
Pavel.
It is Pavel? Is it? Alright. Pavel. How do you get rid of curses? Is it only rewards?
Pavel stepped away to eat.
He stepped away to eat. Alright. Alright, so we are done building stuff. Next. Action phase. Take actions until all players have passed.
Alright.
So everything is on our player boards here. I do not have an overlay for that. I apologize. You can do as many move or trade actions as you want during your turn. But as soon as you do anything on the right side, then your turn is over and then I will go. So you can do a move and a command or a trade and something else. But that is how that works. All of the Howling White hexes are already explored, so you can move to them however you wish. Otherwise, when you command is how you move your troops, and you can only move to an explored hex, which means they say a good first move is moving out with your hero and exploring a hex. But that is that. Jimbo, where is that bloodworm going?
They don't move. They don't have threat tokens. They just stay where they are.
Oh, they don't have targets.
No, it's only the legions that move around and actively come after us. The hordes will just stay there getting bloated and cursing and creating skeletons and basically just being jerks.
Quest is also an action. What do we got here? Do you have anything out here that might be easier?
These 2 are easier because you only need 1 of the 3.
Gotcha.
This one you need 2 of the 3. Alright. I am going to take a move action, costing me 1 action crystal, but it does not end my turn. Then I'm going to use an explore action. If your hero's hex is unexplored and has no curse, flip it and resolve its effects. I have found the Torment. Gain 3 salt. If empty, place 1 skeleton here. If not, reinforce here. Place 2 skeletons with other skeletons. So, if we were to place 2 skeletons with 1 skeleton, they would immediately become a horde, and we don't want that. So I'm going to put 1 skeleton here and 1 skeleton here. And that was my turn. Go ahead, Walker.
Well, I think I want to take care of these skeletons. It does get me XP. Because I don't want a horde showing up right here. And I guess we're going to go right into combat. Pay 1 food, choose an explored hex, move any units adjacent there. Unfortunately, I only have 2 food. So I'm not going to reveal a territory or build a haven this turn. I don't think that's wise.
No, probably not.
You know what I mean? Because if I move here, then with my 1 remaining food, all I can do is move back.
I would explore first, see how things look, and then...
But then my leader will not be in the combat.
Well, remember, you can move your leader around fairly easily.
True. All right. Let's do that. Speaking of food, I need food. So I'm going to spend a crystal and move. My hero moves here. Then I spend a crystal on explore, and he will explore this hex. Oh good, a volcano. I'm sure that's going to be great.
Bruthgard.
All right. Azir claimed the curse, opened the gate to hell, and formed. All right, gain
2 food.
All right then, that solves the problem. Gain 2 food. Amazing. I'm sure the other part is going to be awful due to the fact that it just gave me an awesome benefit. But if empty, place 2 skeletons here. Well, there we go. Plus, this is going to be very bad. If not, reinforce here. Plus, place 2 skeletons with other skeletons.
Yeah. So, unfortunately,
But there's only 1 here, right?
Yep.
So we're safe there.
And
then
then
our next
one of
choice-
these groups of skeletons, is going to become a horde. We just got kind of hosed. Oh, that's not true. They do have action tokens. Maybe they do move around.
True. We'll see that during the thing. I think they moved directly towards the capital.
Yeah, something like that. All right.
And there's no mountain ranges. So if there was mountain ranges on this hex, I could turn it however I like.
Yeah, I
you
have no mountain
didn't get any either.
I'm planning to go here and clear it out anyway. So let's just...
Well, as am I too, though. How are your...
I have 5 units.
5 units to my 3. All right. It's all you then, Jimbo. Sorry to
Right.
throw that at you, but...
So so what happens, chat, is a skeleton shows up here. As soon as there are 3 skeletons in a hex, they merge and become a horde. So we get the False Messiah. Fascinating. He has special placement rules.
Is that his name?
The False Messiah.
I don't see him there. There we go. Oda?
No, that's Oda the Fallen.
Bloodworm, Stormbringer, Coven of Yes, Counter, King Peglu, Witch, Queen. Alright,
No,
well we
no.
don't have that card to show you, so I'll just have to show you like so. I can't even see my screen. I've got so much on my screen. So that is him.
Okay.
False Messiah.
So, the False Messiah, place the False Messiah on the Haven with the most units. If there are no units on Havens, place him on a sea tower. Boop! he is. Do we know what threat? Is it equal
It
to?
would be 4 because the chapter is 4.
Okay. So he starts at threat 4. Now my understanding is that as soon as units of different factions are in the same hex, it is combat time. Time for combat.
Combat time for combat. That could be a key here. What do they mark curses as? Do they mark them as units or something
I
else?
believe they are threats.
They're just they just have them as standees here. They didn't mark them. All right, no problem.
Pass me the book.
Will do.
All right. So.
All right. So then we're in combat. And
Well, I think we're in combat.
Oh,
That's what I'm.
It is 100%.
Combat 34.
So you're going to get him anyway, regardless, because he's going to wherever there was most
Correct.
units.
So I'm actually looking for movement now.
Probably command, because leaders can't start combat. Only units can, which will happen in command.
Map. Last steps. Game length and difficulty. And we did normal?
Yes.
Okay. Game concepts, chapter phases, units, hexes, havens, and resources.
I will bring up another rule book.
Whenever your units are in the same hex with enemy units, Empire or Chaos, or the Empire and Chaos meet in a hex, combat occurs. Combat lasts until all units of one side are destroyed, each unit contributes their dice, etc., etc. Heroes do not provide dice in combat and are not units, but the presence of your hero in combat is still important, as many feats and items can only be used if your hero is in the hex with the combat. Okay. So, the False Messiah has arrived in my haven. That means we start combat. The first thing that happens in combat is the check terrain. So the terrain is woods, which allows to reroll up to 2 archery dice. When you're using legions or hordes, they will only reroll blanks when using that rule. Use feats and items. Unfortunately, she's not there. Check combat abilities on legions and hordes. Of course, I put him over here. I do not see. Oh yeah, if okay, so his abilities, he gets an extra red dice on a hex with a Haven or Imperial units. So he gets 1 purple die, 2 red dice, a blue die, and a white die. Correct. So for archery he'll get 2 white dice.
Got it.
So we might as well do that first. So
yes.
He rolls 2 white dice for archery. I roll 2 white dice for archery.
Nada.
Also nada.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I was hoping to kind of knock him down a bit. So now we are into clash.
So there is only 1 round of archery, and then you do clash rounds until there's only 1 faction in the hex.
All right. So, man, if I built defenses, this would have worked out much better. So I have 2 white dice from my hunters. I have 2 orange dice from my sellswords, and I have 1 purple die from my berserker.
Thankfully, he does not have a black die. Remember, you have the druid. You may re-roll any of your dice that do not show a lightning bolt.
Oh, sorry. Because of the terrain, we were both allowed to re-roll our ranged attacks, and because he rolled 2 blanks, he will re-roll. I will do the same.
But what if he chooses not to re-roll?
He always chooses to re-roll blank dice.
Whew.
All right,
Still
so
blank.
I got 1 hit.
Which is good. He will go down 1 level.
So that means he drops down to threat 3, which means he loses the purple die and replaces it with a blue die.
All right, good stuff. May I have a blue die, please? Thank you.
All right, now it is clash time. I'm going to re-roll this die that did not get a bolt.
But you have to pay a bolt to get that.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure you have to pay the druids a lightning bolt in order to use the.
Oh yes, you're right. To use the gods, use the
Yes.
gods' power. That's right. That's right. That was. All right. So, I have gotten 2 skulls and 2 shields. He has gotten 3 skulls and 1 shield. So he does 1 damage net to me, killing one of my hunters, and I do 1 net damage to him, knocking his threat from 3 to 2.
Oh, thank God. Those red dice look nasty. There's a
Oh,
couple
they're savage.
There's a couple double skulls on that. All right, so now that he's down to level, he gets 2
So
blues
he gets-
and a white. He
and-
loses
and
his
1
reds.
red because of his
1 red
special
because of
ability.
the ability. All right, thank the Lord.
All right, and then we are back into clash again. I have lost a white die because of my hunter.
Oof.
All right. So we have both rolled 3 skulls. So he kills 3 more of my units. My turn has changed somewhat abruptly.
It has, but you have defeated
But
him.
I have defeated the false messiah. If destroyed, gain 3 victory points or one of your units here.
3 victory points is pretty high, but it's totally up to you. They're not ahead of us yet, and you did take quite a hit on that.
I did take quite a hit. I am going to take another berserker. So the false messiah has been defeated.
And technically, he's right out of the game. There is terminology that is replaced, like back to the bottom of the deck, but there is when it is removed out. So he is gone forever. No more false messiahs.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Walker's explore action.
Yes, it was.
Now it is my turn. I am going to use the Haven action, and I'm going to flip Wiles. Flip this to use the Command, Haven, or Move action without paying an action crystal and resources. So I will just get a Haven here in Torment for free.
No curse, enemy units, haven, or your heroes.
Or X in your hero's explored hex. So
Gotcha.
there's no curse,
Does
no
that
enemy
mean-
units,
Does
no
that
Haven.
mean, that mean your hero doesn't even need to be there either? You can just haven anywhere, as long as those things are.
In your hero's explored hex.
Gotcha.
So your hero has to
Oh,
be there.
yes, you're correct. All right, now I understand it. You are completed.
I am in fact completed.
I'm going to kill some skeletons because I'm scared
Of what happened to me?
of what happened to you. So I do a command. I pay a food. And it says, after you pay food, you choose an explored hex. Move any of your adjacent units, max 5, and your hero there cannot cross mountains. So in come my 3 units, which I see now might have been a mistake.
And it is now fight time. Time for fighting.
Fight time, time for fighting.
So, what kind of terrain are you in?
Why would I look that? Did we get? Oh, wait. There's the
Badlands?
2 food. Oh, I see. It tells you there. We gotta remember we got those. And there was other stuff there. There was like a horde activation token there.
I will look that
You
up.
look that up while I get all the combat ready here. All right. So the skeletons roll 2 red dice for you.
But first, you get ranged attacks. Do you have any units that commit ranged attacks?
There are no bonuses there. My ranged attacks, I do. I have 2 dead eye. I
You have
have
one
1
dead
dead eye there.
I don't
so-
suppose you have any riders, because on this terrain type, riders get to add their dice in the ranged
Yeah,
phase.
it's great. And archery, if I have 2 or more wargs there, I would gain a orange die before rolling as well. But we don't have any of that.
Gee, it's too bad you didn't look at your hero skills before you bought a unit.
I think that's what that means. I will just go with what I think it says. All right, so bam,
Wow, well done. So that's
One
one hit, one
skeleton dies. Do skeletons have a
They do
range?
not. They only
Alright.
clash.
So he will go back. Then we will go to clash. Time for clash. And they will get one red
There's
die.
one skeleton here, so they get a single red die.
I have a troll, so I will get a black die. May I have a black die, please? This is
Okay.
why I got the troll, because this is all about the pain and suffering. I also get a yellow and another white die, because the archery still, they still roll
Still
in clashes.
contributes.
Do you want me to just roll the red, or you keep looking? I'll roll the whole. I'll roll the whole mid.
Sure. Alright, so the skeleton attacks for 1. You attack for
Which is
3.
blocked,
You block,
and then
and you murderize that
The
skeleton.
skeleton gets totally smashed by the troll.
Yeah, he is 100% toaster caked.
Then I also get 2 experience points, please. Skeletons are worth 1 XP each.
You mean victory points.
Victory points. What did I say?
Experience points.
Sorry.
That's why I was confused. I was like, excuse me?
Then it says on my feat card here, it says after combat, if you have 1 or more units here, gain 2 resources. But it does say on my hero's hex, so I'm assuming it's the food.
No, you just get 2 resources of your choice. That's what you get during the income phase. You will that hex
True, but what
generates.
does the on your hero's hex mean?
That means that if there was a combat in your hero's hex.
Oh, I see, on the hex. All right. So I have food. I'm gonna take some salt. All right. So that combat is done. I believe it is back to you, Jimbo. Pass the book. I'll look it up well. Or are you just about to?
Oh, hex alignment shows if the Chaos of the Empire will place units there if it's empty. So when it flips and tells you what units you're putting down there if it's empty,
Gotcha.
that just delineates whether or not they're going to be Chaos or Imperial.
Gotcha.
Alright. So now it's my turn. Things have changed a bit. I was going to go after those skeletons, but the Berserker's dice have no shields on them. Which means I will lose those Berserkers if I do it. Well, sorry. Chances are good I will lose those Berserkers. Well, honestly, it's better than getting another horde. So I am going to move my hero. Then I am going to command for 1 food. And I am going to command my berserkers and my hero.
So remember that only the
Yep.
skeletons can use lightning bolts.
Yes, we are in a curse space, which means that only skeletons may use a curse.
I
Use bolts here.
won't need any of these. You're going to kill them both in the archery phase.
There's no archery phase.
There is no archery phase.
So we are moving straight into the clash phase. That literally could not have gone worse.
That's not as bad.
It's still really bad.
Except it pays that they can use druid cards. Can they not? No.
No. So, but they have their own special bolt ability. After damage. Now, what's timing? Because this is going to make a huge difference.
It's right here. We do the archery round, do the clash round.
After combat, remove Haven, Legions retarget, resolve effects of destroyed hordes and legions, use feats and items, combat ends. So no, that's after combat. I'm after damage. After damage, activate god powers, use feats and items.
Oh, here it is on the bottom yet.
So the skeletons thing is also after damage. So when does it happen? In the after damage phase. Do I go first?
Yes.
Okay. So the skeletons did 1 hit, killing a berserker. Because I have the Berserker's start card, during a clash, I gain 1 skull for every Berserker destroyed this round after damage. After damage. No, it doesn't matter. So then, yeah, we're about to get ruined. Just totally destroyed.
Why do you not get the skull?
So it's after damage. Damage has already been applied.
But you still have another berserker there.
Yeah, so the skull's going to be next round, but first they're going to turn into a horde.
Gotcha.
because they have a bolt, which means that place a skeleton there. After damage, 3 skeletons in 1 hex become a horde.
But we're still doing damage. Oh, well, your thing is after damage.
After damage.
Ah, I see. Well, let's hope that the horde doesn't appear there.
So we draw our 3rd horde of the game, and it's not even chapter 2.
Can you pass me the book? And can I see pass me your berserker card? All right. Gain 1 skull for every berserker destroyed here this round after damage. Activate God powers, which are the druid powers?
Yeah, that's the druid powers. But I can't activate lightning bolts because...
True, but I mean, like, for re-rolling dice, that seems like so... Before, but this says before damage once per round.
Yeah, before damage is the lightning bolt activate God powers.
Oh, I see. There's God powers in there. I see. If there was an after damage God power. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Use feats and items. Gain 1. So does this mean you're going to put a damage on this guy immediately if he shows up in your hex because you still?
No, it just means we're immediately clashing.
True, but
And I have a skull result for the clash phase.
Gotcha. That's so weird.
It's a very strange
Clash.
that's because it's after damage instead of damage phase. That seems like where it would go.
I think you still apply it this round.
Well, it makes a huge difference one way or the other. So we do kind of need to...
Because it says right here, use after damage, use feats and items, which would be that. You would do that damage now.
Right, but you assign your skulls in the damage phase.
True, but I think you break that rule with this.
Well, pass me the book. And we'll look it up.
Combat. C for combat. 32. Dice in combat. Rerolls. Before rerolls. Before damage. After.
Oh, sorry. Before any of this happens, I'm going to use Tricky. Flip this to reroll any of your dice in combat. This can be used on your hero's hex. It can only be used on your hero's hex in combat. We should still know, but it's no longer relevant.
Gotcha. Crisis averted. After units are destroyed and the threat has been reduced, an effect that lets you roll more dice, apply skulls immediately. Do not enter a new combat round. So
Gotcha.
you apply them immediately.
Okay, so what actually happens is, so the skeletons destroy one of my guys with a skull.
Correct.
I destroy 2 of their guys with skulls. Because they rolled a bolt, they also summon a 3rd guy. And then because one of my berserkers died after damage...
You kill that one as well.
Okay.
And you get 3
victory
points for killing 3 skeletons.
Oh, and they killed my berserker. Okay, aggressively hunting the skeletons was maybe not the smartest thing I've ever done.
All right.
That was my turn.
I am going to command, and everyone moves into here. It is now your turn.
Oh, what about quests? Quests. Oh, I should have done willing to fight before I... Well, I could try Druid Sacrifice.
On any marsh. What's a marsh?
They will have a marsh symbol.
Gotcha.
I could try Druid Sacrifice.
Getting our butts kicked right in Chapter 1. Terrain types. There we go. 42. That's exactly what I want.
All right.
Yes.
So
Marshes have the milkweed on them.
I'm going to quest. Choose a quest. I'm going to choose Druid Sacrifice. So I'm going to roll. So I get my hero dice. So I have 2 red dice from my might. I have no magic dice. I have 1 blue die from my leader, and I get 1 guile from my.
This being said, I would be upset if we won on our first game. Jimbo's thoughts are different.
Die to fire. And then because my hero is on a hex with a curse, I get an extra die.
Well, la-dee-da.
Was this a flip? It was a flip.
Oh, you can also exchange 3 of the same resource for 1 of any other resource.
Yes. Okay, so I rolled a jillion skulls,
Gotcha.
which is unfortunately not enough to finish this, because I needed 1 shield or 1 bolt, which I thought I had a decent chance of, but
I agree.
turns out I didn't.
It was...
So, fail. Chaos gains 2 victory points, and we discard this quest.
There is something that doesn't get refilled immediately.
The quests.
Is it quests? All right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Oh, there's a marsh quest.
No, that's you get an extra die
If your
doing-
hero's on a marsh, get an extra red die.
for the purpose of attempting that quest.
Well, there's no marshes out here, Jimbo.
Well, you have to explore and find marshes.
Boo. But he only needs 1 pass. So I will try a quest because... And then whenever I'm on marshes after that, I'll get free blue dice. And when I succeed, I will get a victory point.
If you succeed with skulls.
If I succeed with
If you
skulls,
succeed with
correct.
the shield or the bolts,
It is nothing.
you do not get that.
Alright. Quest. Time for questing. I get 3 red dice, please. 1 more red dice. A blue die. And a die of my choice. You picked orange. You picked yellow because...
I picked white because it had a chance to roll shields.
You picked white.
If you're just aiming for straight skulls, you want orange.
I'm already rolling 3 red.
Well, you don't get anything from shields,
So,
so you
no
might as well just go
point.
for orange because you're less likely to roll blanks.
Agreed.
3, so success. In fact, you succeeded on 2.
Correct.
Solve. Take this card.
It is now mine.
What's it do for you?
I get solve. Take this card. In combat on marsh hexes, you gain a blue die in clashes.
And do you get any victory points?
Yes. No. Yes. 1. Because I succeeded in the skull.
Right.
I believe there was quest cards. Do we have quest cards? Let's take a quick look and see if we had quest cards. No, that was the one thing. Wasn't that one thing that I was upset? No, it was event cards. I was mad that they didn't have. They do have quests. And I just did...
Tua then allies.
Tua and allies. RS. There we go. So this is the quest that I just did. According to that quest, I need 4 skulls. So we better be careful when we look at these 2 things. This must be an older one.
Indeed.
So this one says 3 on it. You probably can't see it because that big overlay is in the way. But that says I needed 4, which I got.
You did not get
I
it.
did not get.
But you did still get the shield, so you succeeded either way.
Correct. I wouldn't have got the victory point. But
That's true.
we're going to go by the cards and not what this media pack has. Hint, change the media pack. It is not correct. All right. That is my turn done. Jimbo.
All right. I am going to move and move. Then I'm going to explore. Gain 2 food. If empty, place 2 garrisons here. If not, reinforce this card. So 2 garrisons, please.
Always get confused when it says that. Technically, it's placed 2 garrison levels. I always think it's like, oh, 2 garrisons. Yeah, no, not quite.
Place 1 activation token on a Legion or Horde card with the fewest tokens.
So then it
They
will be
are
our
tied,
choice.
so we're going to put it on the Imperial Guard.
All right.
Okay. That was my turn. Go ahead.
I'm going to do this before I forget. I place an action on Haven. I pay 3 goods.
3 plunder.
Plunder, thank you. I keep forgetting. To build a Haven. Here. No, I can't do that because first I have to put a token on move. So my hero can move back there.
And then you Haven.
And then I Haven. That will change things. I now only have 1 activation. Back to you, Jimbo.
I am out of actions. So it is back to you, Walk.
All right. Choose an explored hex. So do you think my troll and 2 units can take these guys without my hero?
Probably.
Probably.
However, losses. Those skeletons roll red dice.
They do. I have 2.
And you have a red die and a black die, neither of which have shields on them.
So I'll get an orange, a white, and a black.
So only the white has shields on it.
I think we better be careful. I'm going to risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. Taking a command action, I pay 1 food. These fine gentlemen move into here. We will now go to the archery phase. Although I could do very badly, they could roll lightning bolts and I'll get a horde, right?
If you don't kill any of them, yes.
True. Alright, so archery phase.
1 hit. So that is 1 dead skeleton. And 1 victory point.
And then clash phase, 1 red die for them. I get a black die, which I don't have anymore for some reason, and a white. May I have a black die back again, please? Alright, I will roll these 2 dice. Looking for a skull, I don't get it.
That's what they rolled against you.
Good stuff. There's my 1 skull. Troll took it easy. He said 1 guy. He didn't like the bone fragments that he had to peel out of his skull from obliterating the last skeleton. 1 more victory point, and there I am, finished as well.
All right.
So, action phase done. We are now in the Nemesis phase. Activate legions and hordes once for each activation token on them, in initiative order, lowest to highest.
Okay, so the Imperial Guard activate. Nemesis 46.
I think because he's where he's supposed to be. And then it always says something about retargeting. The only ones that I read were when the hordes, the Imperial guys go, they go towards one of our havens. And once he's destroyed that haven, he retargets. I'm wondering.
Yes. I believe this particular, because of the way the event works, he's just going to stay there.
Gotcha.
It is a problem for us because it will keep getting threat, and once it gets to the top of its threat, it'll start generating victory points.
But I think for every activation token they spend, we're going to get garrisons in the capital, I believe.
Well, I will tell you.
Something like
When
that.
Imperial Legion is placed, draw the top Legion card. Place the matching Imperial Legion other than resolve its immediate effect. Complete the immediate effect if the Legion is destroyed. Resolve the effect at the bottom, remove it from the game. Every Legion is sent out of the capital with a clear goal represented by its targets. Each Legion has its own target that is placed by its immediate effect. Choose 1 player faction with no target. Oh, maybe. So maybe it was supposed to have 2? No, because the event said specifically you place its target on the...
So on page 54, there's a list, Jimbo.
Activate a legion. Follow these steps for each activation in order. Place one garrison here. Done. Move the legion one hex closer to its target. Count the hexes that form a route to its target. Remember, legions cannot cross impassable terrain. If a legion is on the same hex as a target, it does not move. If the legion has multiple options to reach its target, use this priority, etc., etc. Begin combat. If the legion wins the combat, if the target is here, retarget by placing the target on another haven of that faction. It's not targeting a faction with the fewest units. If the faction has none left, place the target on the capital where it will stay. So this one event has kind of thrown us for a bit of a loop here.
Place one legion threat level. Wasn't it on his card? Isn't it
No,
that
it's
particular legion?
Place one legion at threat level 4 and its target on a sea tower.
Yeah, that's weird.
So we have two options essentially.
Oh, here we go. Pavel's back, thank God. If you've forgotten to Haven before, it's totally fine. Just fudge it to pretend like you did. We do it all the time. No, I did Haven. We're good, we're good. Escher Essence will just have the Legion sit on the... Yeah, it just sits there. Good. It'll place on the hex. Good. So we were going to do it right.
And will the target move around, or do they just stay there until we do something about it?
No, it says we'll just sit on the sea tower. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So that's both of his activation tokens done.
All right, and then the Horde is on the next page,
Yes.
I believe.
So place one curse here, or Chaos gains one victory point if there's already a curse here. Then move the Horde one hex, not farther from the capital. Count the hexes that form a route to the capital if you are not sure. Remember, Hordes cannot cross impassable terrain. When moving, only look at the adjacent hexes and choose a hex with a priority. Into a haven. Okay, there is no haven. Into a hex with enemy units. If there's no haven, choose the hex with the fewest enemy units and or threat. So,
remember, the leader's not a unit, though.
but it will move here to attack
the garrison, yeah.
Any hex not far from the capital. Begin combat. All right.
I am going to be the garrison. I am a level 2 garrison. I get a white die.
Yes, during the ranged phase, you get 2 white dice.
Correct, 2 white dice.
And during the ranged phase, I get 2 red dice.
I have rolled nothing.
I have completely eradicated this haven.
It goes into the chaos
This
graveyard. It just
the bloodworm just rolled in and ruined that place.
Hooray! I guess.
Now it says if the horde wins. So it says if the horde wins the combat, remove any haven. I assume that means any haven that is on the space, not just any haven on the board, or because it won the combat, does it just wipe out a haven somewhere?
Where are we here? Horde. Move the horde. No, not further from the capital. Into a haven. We're at the bottom here. Oh, if the horde wins combat, remove any haven. It probably just means if it moved into where the haven was. All right, so I think we're done.
I believe so.
Because
Go back to the chat window.
All of the hordes have gone.
Just if there's a haven in the hex. Thank you, Babel.
All right. So we are done the Nemesis phase because we have done. Yes, can you put the bloodworm back into his cage, please? Gain resources based on your total havens. So you go to the highest thing. It even says 2 havens, and you get what is there. So 1 salt, 1 pilfrey point, and 4 food.
I'm going to have to do something about this bloodworm.
Yes, exactly. Gain resources based on gain the resources shown on every hex with one of your havens. All right then.
3 more salt. And 1 of each.
That is easy. Your starting is 1 of each.
On the other hand,
Now I think we get that victory
Later.
point. Oh, is that going to be later? All right,
Yeah.
sorry. All right, scoring phase. The Empire scores for every hex with any garrisons.
How many victory points? 1 or 2?
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uh-oh. All right, for every legion in play.
1 or 2?
1, sorry. 2 points for every faction in the Imperial Graveyard.
Currently nothing.
All right, now the Chaos will score. 1 point for every curse in play. Oh, good lord.
1, 2, 3, 4. Chaos, 5. Yeah, Chaos is doing quite well for itself.
All right. 1 point for every horde in play. 1 more.
1 more.
This is where that last thing hurts us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
2 points for every faction in the Chaos Graveyard. Because they destroyed that garrison, that is another faction.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we kept it to just Jimbo. I was going to say dying, but I'm going to say getting massacred. And that's 2 points each. That's 4 more points for...
Sorry, I killed a horde and 2 skeletons. What did you do?
I did stuff. There was 4 skeletons I killed.
That's true, you did. You killed 4 skeletons.
All right, so that is the chaos done. Return all units from the graveyards to the reserve. So here's your giant pile, Jimbo. That's not saying anything. That's just, I'll take this garrison back to
You're a giant pile.
my little garrison pile over here. And then the players score 2 points for each of their havens in play.
So 4 points for
4
both
points
of us?
each, correct. X points for special hexes.
This is where we score
I'm
our...
going to assume that is our starting hexes. We control them, so we're good. 1 point to any player per 5 resources paid.
Oh yeah, you can cash out your resources. Probably not until the end of the...
True, it does say last player, but this is the one where you can give. It says to any player, so I could pay 5 to give
Yeah,
you
to
a
sort
victory
to
point.
pull me up.
Correct, and then we zip back up to the top.
All right, so we reveal 1 druid card.
You're gonna do that one. All right, what's that one called?
The Silence.
Let's see if I can find that while you read it out loud.
That's interesting. You can spend a bolt during the archery or clash phase. You and your enemy ignore all skulls.
Oh, and Pavel, do you see that the what was it?
The media kit.
The media
is
kit
different from the printed
The
cards.
2 then allies that has 3 skulls you need to destroy it, but the media kit said you need 4, so that was it. Sorry, what is that one called?
The Silence.
I don't see that. That's another card that is not here in the said media pack. All right, you and your enemy ignore all skulls.
So if they roll really well and you roll really badly,
True, could be good.
then
All right, I see another message there. Get this out of the way. Don't forget to remove the activation token
on the bloodworm.
On the bloodworm.
I did after he reminded me.
Gotcha. All right. Oh, you already saw that, and it's been done. All right.
All right, then.
If I had a nickel for every card that doesn't match, gotcha. Gotcha.
But it's weird that it happened twice.
It's the other thing was when I went on to Tabletop Simulator last night, there was an awful lot of picture errors came up. Like it couldn't
Oh, it couldn't
load
load those images?
a bunch of images. So
That's
I'm not sure.
that's their coding though, not this game. That's
No,
purely the
no. Well, it was for this game.
Well, yeah, but
And
did they make an official
They
table
did.
up?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
All right. So what's next? Sorry.
Then flip all of your face down cards face up.
I didn't get to do that because I was silly and didn't get my archery. Well, I don't have any others anyway.
All right. Refresh all your action points.
Done.
Deal 3 new items. We didn't buy any items because we're not very smart. That Axe of the Giants would have been kind of awesome for you.
Okay, well, there may or may not be a lot going on at the moment.
Some more Zert leaves, which is you can discard this to add 1 die to any player's roll outside of combat before rolling. A Bottled Demon. You have to have 3 magic, neither of us do that.
Yeah, we.
And Survivors. Discard this, every player may build units and defenses on their haven. So that lets you build in the middle of
That's
the turn instead of...
nice because you like we've seen you can get resources in other ways.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, look at that the salt that's sitting on these hexes. All right, next.
That was that. Draw 3 new quests.
Oh, new quest. We lose the quest.
Yep. Just put it face down in the discards.
Oh, there's discards.
So we have Strike at Dawn. We have Release the Kraken. We have to release the Kraken.
We do.
And we have the Koloth migration.
Oh, we also have War Mammoth, so that's also amazing. All right. Next, deal 3 new quests. Pass the first player token left. Add 2 threat to all legions and hordes in play.
Oh, I don't wanna.
Oh no! Why couldn't that garrison hurt this bloodworm?
I know, right? They didn't roll any hits in
It
the
just went
Archery
up to a
Phase.
6. Ugh.
Bloodworm's scary.
All right. The first player draws and reads the new event. All right, here we are.
And it's about to get so much worse.
And the media pack needs to have these events because this would be help. This is a good thing. All right, if a druid oh no, it's the fluff. We'll read the fluff. If a druid showed worth a god, would bestow upon them a portion of their powers and were called the god touched. Yikes. All right, every player may pay 3 resources to place the top card of their feat deck here. Your feat here you can use with a lightning bolt on a hex with a curse.
Oh, interesting.
Every player may pay 3 resources to place the top card of their feat deck here. Your feat here, if your feat is here, sorry, it's just,
Yeah.
if your feat is here, it doesn't, if your feat is here, it does say that, you can use lightning bolts on a curse with a hex. Oh, I have a bunch of curses here. I'm going to think about that for about 2 hot seconds and pay 3 food, of which I have a ton. Not really, but, and then I grab my top feat, because I'm going to interact with as many game elements as I can. I got Death Sworn there. It's a discard. Discard this to remove any of your units in 1 hex from the game. Destroy 1 skeleton or garrison for each of your units removed.
Well, I remember those abilities aren't going to happen because you're. At least I don't think so. Like it's just sitting on the.
So if I fight in a hex with a curse and I roll a lightning bolt, then I can discard that card.
Pavel raises an excellent point. We need to go back and do combat with the bloodworm again because it's in a swamp, and so its red dice should have been white dice for ranged attacks. So roll 2 white dice.
But the white dice are worse.
Yes, significantly worse. So the
So what did it do to you though?
no 2. This was when it was fighting the garrison.
Oh.
So roll 2 white dice. Okay, so it damaged the garrison 1. So there was a level 1 garrison present during the clash phase.
Correct.
So now the garrison rolls a blue and a white, and the bloodworm rolls. It was level 4 at the time. 4 red dice.
But it would have been, oh no, it would have been down 1 though, right? Because we just wounded it.
No,
No,
it
it was
wasn't.
the other way around. Sorry. Oh, kisses.
Yeah, and then it wrecks.
And then it gets remarked.
Thank you, Pavel. It didn't work out, but
Yeah, it didn't
we
help us.
appreciate it.
We tried though. Is it sitting on a marsh? Yes.
Yes, it's sitting on a marsh.
I don't think I'm going to run all the way over there. But it would be nice. So I have this over here on this quest. Jimbo, are you going to take advantage of
I don't
this?
think so. No.
All right. So is that everything? No, that's not everything on the event. All right. So that's the top part.
Oh, it's both archery and clash.
Is that
Okay.
what it says there?
Pavel's quite right. So instead of rolling red dice, it rolls white dice.
Hey, Joe.
So you rolled 2.
Read all the cards.
It's right in front of you.
I rolled 2 skulls.
No, you rolled 2 shields.
2 shields. Sorry, 2 shields.
Okay, so they've done nothing to each other. So now we're back into another clash.
So is it, I see, because the marshes.
Marsh.
Oh, all reds
Archery
become
and
white.
clash.
Wow. All right. So we're back to another clash.
So 2 hits. Unfortunately, it blocks the 2 hits, and then does the 2 hits. And this bloodworm was just determined not to be affected by this.
Yeah. It's
By
like,
this garrison.
this time change will not stop me.
Yeah.
You cannot. turn back the clock. All right.
Yeah, you can go back as many times as you want. It will change nothing.
All right. So this timeline is now set in stone. All right. No, I still need this in my hand. This is place 3 garrisons on any hex with no X, empty if possible. 1. 2, 3.
Nope. I mean, is it 1 hex, or do we put them on any?
Oh, you're true. Place 3 garrisons on. Oh, it is a full. It's a full garrison somewhere. You need a tipper topper.
So the only empty options are here between me and the capital, or here between you and the Imperial Guard. What do you think?
Put it here. You took enough hits last turn. I will start doing something. Place 3 garrisons on a hex with no X's, empty if possible. Place 1 legion at threat 5, because that is the threat of this chapter.
Yep.
On any sea tower. Would we get another one of these? Alright. On any sea tower, empty if possible, and place its target on the capital.
Okay. So, our new legion is the Mage Breaker.
Mage Breaker, let's see if we have that. And see, well, hopefully it won't be different, but at least you'll get. We are going to go by the card. Yikes, alright, Mage Breaker. Warlock, Assassin, Spy Master, Butcher, Imperial Guard, new. No, Mage Breaker is not in the cards.
Well, show them the Mage Breaker.
Oh wait, it could be in the. Oh, if there's no cards, there's probably no. No Mage Breaker either yet. So Mage Breaker, it is a giant skulled spider. Yeah, not gonna like that.
Well, and check this out. So, finish reading the.
Will do. Let me just get rid of this so I can see what's going on. Perfect. All right. Place 1 legion, threat 5 on any sea tower, empty if possible, and place its target on the capital. Place 1 horde at threat 5.
Sorry, that's done with the
That's
Legion?
it. That's
okay,
it with
so
the
the
Legion.
Legion, immediate, arcane hunger. Place your target, remove 1 sea tower, empty if possible, from the game. Put the Mage Breaker on that hex. That's it. Nom.
Well, we didn't really talk about the sea towers. When you're on a sea tower, you are adjacent to every hex. So you can move from a sea tower to any other hex, which is helpful for bypassing mountains, of which we have drawn precisely zero. All right, now it's time for horde. Horde time. Place 1 horde at threat 5 on any hex.
We have, oh, that's right. First, the Mage Breaker at threat 5.
Empty if possible.
Ooh,
So we can set this up for these guys to fight each other.
no matter what level she's on, she rolls black dice in the clash. No matter what. Black dice in the clash.
18 will go just here. Lowest first.
Sure.
So Pavel, do you mix these together, like in initiative order, regardless of
It looks like
of where they come from, or do you put the Legion separate and the Chaos separate?
that's probably enough.
If you're still here. All right.
Sorry, level 5 Legion, level 5 Horde.
On any empty hex with no X, if possible. Oh, with no X. I was hoping we could put it over here and get them to kill each other.
Oh, get these two to kill each other?
Yeah, but it has to be no.
And it's got to be empty. It's got to go here.
Yes.
That's the only.
No X and empty. That is it.
It starts at max threat, by the way.
Good.
So every time it would gain threat, they're going to get victory points. Anyway, so it's the Banished, who looks like he's a cannibal of some kind. Immediate. Set the Banished threat to 5. Choose 1 quest and resolve its failure effect.
There's quests. No, that's quests. It's events that I want to be here. So you go ahead. You look through the fails and choose one for us.
It's one of these two, I think. Just, Do you want resources, or one that lets you move a curse?
We're not removing units. Place a curse. That's bad. Activate the Legion or Horde with the lowest initiative
No,
immediately.
we're not doing that either.
All right, we're placing a curse then.
So it's this one.
Yep.
All right.
Unfortunately, it's the Kraken. Oh,
Place a
it
curse.
doesn't say remove the Kraken. It just says, I think it just says execute.
Discard this quest.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then there you go.
On a hex with no X. And it doesn't say empty if possible, so
Banished. I don't have the banished here.
I guess I'm going to chuck it over here. Discard. Sorry, please don't discard.
All right, off to a great start for Chapter 2.
Ooh, it's looking ugly.
Yes, we said initiative is absolute, but we got it in the initiative order anyway, so we're good.
Alright, next.
I don't want to go any further.
Place one activation token on each of them. Is that what that says?
It does. Place one activation token on every Horde and Legion card on the on the last chapter. We're not on the last chapter. All right, build phase. Draw 2 feats. Well, everyone has 2 feats. I got 2 feats and I got 2 hands.
Stop.
I will never stop.
Resources. Pavel, do these cards that add to your hero's stats count towards the 10 feats and items you have? I assume yes, but I'm just curious.
No, I thought there was a side thing there that said that there was something that you added to your thing that does not count towards it. I don't think we're gonna get close to 10, but yeah, it'd be good to know. Discard this to gain 1 item from the market. Discard. Oh, there we go. That's the one I want because we said that there was an axe in there, just for
The
me.
axe is in the discard pile.
Yes, it says the discard. pile.
Oh.
Discard this to gain 1 item from the market discard, even
Perfect.
if you could not use it.
Oh,
So
that's
you gain
cool.
it, and I could trade it to you.
Well, no, you
I
can-
still couldn't use it. I could still gain it, but I couldn't use it. At least that's how I. And then this goes to the bottom. All right. Put the other bottom of your feet deck. All right. Next, build any units, towers, walls from the reserve on any of your havens. Max 5 per hex. If you have no haven, both do. We're good. Time to get some vargs. 3 salt, 2 food. They have to go to havens. I have 4 food left. Spend 1 more food for a warrior. I have some salt, which I don't think I need for anything. He said after he needed more salt. I now have 6 units, which is a terrible mix. But that's okay. It's really not. What next? Might have to leave a poor unit behind over here. We'll see. All right, are you done buying and building over there, Jimbo?
I need a tower, please.
Tower coming up.
Building walls and towers.
All right. This is all bad. How are we doing
Yeah.
over there on the
Oh,
victory
yeah.
point track?
Uh,
Horde's doing very
the
well.
Horde's doing very well. The Imperials are doing not so well, but they just placed a bunch of
That
Garrison.
said, this is a good time for us to talk. Actually, well, it was probably
Sorry.
the chapter ended, but
When you checked the victory points for the Imperials, is it per hex with the garrison, or is it per garrison?
every hex.
Okay, thank
with
goodness.
any garrisons.
I thought we missed that it was supposed to be.
That would be devastating.
Yes.
All right. I think we are done the build. Towers, aims, all right. Action phase. All right, now we're in action phase. I'm first.
So my plan, such as it is to attempt strike at dawn to knock 2 threat off the bloodworm.
Gotcha.
Then fight the bloodworm. Then fight the banished.
Now, this is the other thing, Jimbo. I've seen this on other cards. It says actions on it.
And it means it has to happen during the action phase.
I don't have to spend anything to do that.
No, it just has to happen during
All
the
right.
action
So that's
phase.
happening now. Discard this. I'm assuming it goes over here, not to the bottom of my deck or anything. I look in the item discard pile. You said that this...
There's a sick axe in there.
And I do have the 3. Does that mean I don't have to pay for it?
Nope, it's
I
just
just
yours.
take it because of my good stuff. Clash. Pay 1 food to gain 1 skull before it. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, then I'm going to do a command. Choose an. Oh, it's not. Boo. Choosing move.
And then explore.
Choosing explore. And this said I gain the salt when I explore?
Yep.
Alright, salt for me.
What does that say?
Shadow Dawn. Even the morning was not able to bring warmth to the Shadow Dawn. Alright. Gain 2 more salt. It's all about the salt, Jimbo. First you get the salt.
Then you get the power.
Then you get the Vargs.
Then you get the power.
Place 2 skeletons here.
If empty.
If empty, place 2 skeletons here. It is not empty, Jimbo. There's a garrison there. I told you that already.
If not,
Reinforce.
so I believe that means the garrison reinforces.
I think. I remember seeing that
Becoming
before.
a level 3 garrison.
I will just go with it for now, look it up later. I remember reading reinforce once and then forgetting exactly what it meant and not going back. I'll look it up in a second though. Place 1 skeleton with another skeleton. Do we have any other skeletons?
No. There are currently no skeletons on the board. Somehow.
Alright then. Well, because our event didn't say place any skeletons, so then I guess we finally get a win. Alright, so Jimbo, if you pass me the rule book, I will look up reinforce while you take your turn. What is that on the right page?
Yep.
Alright, reinforce. Means that if there are units of the Empire or Chaos here, add 1 more of the same type. A hex with garrisons or legions will add 1 garrison, while a hex with skeletons or hordes will add 1 skeleton. Alright.
Alright.
But there were no skeletons, so it doesn't say add a skeleton if there are none.
That's right.
Alright.
Normally that would be a skeleton tile, but because there was already an Imperial garrison there, they basically chased out all the skeletons.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I'm starting to think maybe the Empire is going to do a better job than we. Now, admittedly, the Bloodworm did ruin that garrison, so maybe not. But I'm going to attempt to quest. I am going to strike at dawn. So,
That is a 2 or more.
yes, I get 2 red dice. I get 1 purple dice. I get 1 blue die. I get 1 white die. And then because I am on a hex with a horde, I gain an additional purple die.
So how many people in chat own this game, and how many people have already played this game?
Alright, so 2 skulls and 2 shields. I am going to use Trick to reroll any of my dice. Nope, the dice are determined to foil my every attempt to play the quest game. Awesome, spectacular.
Unfortunate.
Now I completed one. Do we still get this? Probably not. Pass me the book.
Will do. Well, I'll look it up while you do
Okay.
the...
Activate the Legion or Horde with the lowest initiative immediately. So the Imperial Guard activates and does nothing. And then discard this quest. Awesome. I love when dice foil my attempt to have fun.
quests. To solve a quest. If you solve the quest. Solve for. If you solve a quest, need to succeed at one more of the quest goals. After rolling, compare each of your symbols to the quest goals. If you have enough symbols, you succeed at the quest. Most quests. If you solve the quest, gain the solve effect rewards from the goals you succeeded at. So you do have to succeed. You have to succeed to get any of the goals. I was gonna do a quest, but I won't do it so soon after, because that is salt in the wound. I will instead, now that that is revealed, I will fight a garrison for the first time. I will go right to. Are there any items that are amazing? No. Going right to command. I pay the food. Did I pay the food already before? Well, I'm gonna have to pay another one because I've forgotten. The video I go back to will reveal. All right, then anything adjacent may move in. What kind of
You don't want to do a double move first to get your
What
troll
kind
and other stuff in?
what kind of trouble am I getting in here?
A lot of trouble. So you probably want to move these guys to here and then.
That's all these action crystals wasted though, Jimbo.
Yeah, but do you really want to fight 3 white dice in the range phase and then 2 blue, 2 orange, and a white die in this
1, 2,
clash phase
3,
with
4, and I'll take the archer for 5. I wouldn't say we're losing to the dice faction. How's that?
I think he's addressing one of the other people in the chat.
Ah.
All right.
That is me because I did an explore action.
I am going to command to move this berserker here. Go ahead.
Oh, I need one goods for my haven, Jimbo.
Don't you get plunder when you win battles with your hero? Because you have a pillage card?
Do after combat if you have units here gain 2 resort. Okay, yes, I do. Thank you. All right, so I go to the command again. I pay a food. I move the 5 units in. And then combat ensues. It is in a mountain. Oh no, an ice waste. Ice waste. No effect. Alright. Let us go to the arrow phase. Arrow phase says if you have +2 vargs here, I do not. I need to buy another one. I need all of the resources, Jimbo. I do have 2 dead eyes there. Another white die.
Alright, and the garrison is rolling 3 white dice. Actually, what kind of terrain are we in? Ice, so there's no effect. Blanks.
1 skull.
That's good.
I
That's extremely good.
knock the top off. Then we go to clash time. So I get these 2 whites again. I'm also going to get 1 yellow for my tribesmen. I'm going to get 1 red for my varg. I'm going to get 1 black for my troll. That is everything.
Okay.
Devastation.
Yes. Horrific devastation. 4 wounds to both sides.
I will kill everything but the troll because the troll is crazy expensive.
And that's 2 wounds to the... Yeah, man, it is hard to get shields. Only 2 dice get them, and less than half the time.
Alright, so I took down 3 levels. I believe that is 3 victory points. Wish that was listed somewhere. I just remember that skeletons and garrisons are worth victory points when you kill them.
It's right here.
Is it?
After damage, gain 1 victory point per destroyed garrison and skeleton and place them back in reserve.
There we go. Too easy then.
So 3 victory points?
3 victory points, please.
3.
Then,
Hang on, just a second. Archery round. Clash round. Yeah, okay, cool.
2 resources. I will take the plunder, and I will take a food. Jimbo, it is you. You time.
Well,
I didn't roll any lightning bolts that I could use.
yeah, no, we don't roll lightning bolts or
Yeah.
shields.
That's things we don't do.
No. Again, like lightning bolts are only on 3 dice and less than half the time. So shields and lightning bolts, most of the time you're not going to see. I'm going to command these 5
Are you going in under that after that bloodworm?
intrepid units are coming after the bloodworm. We have to take it down.
All right.
So, luckily, and this is part of why I'm choosing to do this now, we are in a marsh. So during the archery phase, during both phases, all red dice become white.
All right. Well, yes, that is fantastic. Place to attack the bloodworm.
There's probably only 5 white dice.
I'll have to wait.
Okay, nothing.
Do you have anything to?
Nope. All right. And nope, those go there. And then we are in the clash phase. So I get 2 purple and a white.
4 whites and a purple. There are your skulls, sir, or your lightning bolts.
Interesting. So we each rolled 2 hits and a shield. I rolled 2 lightning bolts, which I can use to reroll any dice that didn't roll lightning bolts, which seems terrible. Or I and my opponent can ignore all skulls, which also seems terrible. But you can use bolts to cancel shields.
Correct.
So I will use 1 bolt to cancel their shield.
Is it anyone that can do that, or?
It's just under bolt.
Gotcha.
A bolt either cancels 1 shield or activates a god power.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I will cancel a shield. So I do 2 damage to the bloodworm. It does 1 damage to me. And then we go back into a clash.
Now he's only at 4 white, no color.
Wow,
Sorry.
he does not want to take damage.
So 1 skull.
So 1 skull. He kills 1 of my berserkers, which generates another skull, which is still unfortunately only 2 skulls. So no damage.
No, but that happens in the after damage phase, right?
Didn't you already go over this though, that it's applied immediately?
Yes, but we've already used what I'm saying is that we already assigned shields. So that skull is applied after all of that. Because it says after damage, right?
Pavel, can you weigh in on this? The berserkers are causing a repeated...
Gain 1 skull.
Show it to the camera so he can see it.
Skull happens after damage, ignores symbols rolled. Yeah.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So yes, he takes another damage.
Another damage. Putting him down to 3 dice.
It doesn't really matter, but...
1 and 1.
1 and 1. Okay, so he takes 2, because the berserker does 1, and then when it dies, it generates another 1.
Gotcha. So close. He is down to level 1.
Doesn't matter, I'm going to get just ruined in their activation phase.
That was your activation. My activation will be Haven. Haven time for Haven. 3 goods. Haven here.
My turn.
Back to you.
Right. I'm going to use the trade action, which gets me a salt, and I'm going to buy survivors. Then I am going to discard survivors. Neat. I'm going to discard survivors. We can both build units and defenses on their havens.
Like
On
right
our
now.
haven, right now.
I will pay 2 salt to build a basic archer. On any haven?
Yep.
Might as well put it there.
So that was my trade. And then I think I don't have a choice. I think I have to go after him again.
He is only rolling one red.
One white and one white.
Yeah.
Because he's in the marsh. So yeah, I will
I don't have enough actions to get over there.
command. Well, and there's so many forces you'd have to go through anyway. So
Yes.
I will command. I will command this archer and this sellsword into combat.
Not sure.
Archery phase.
Archery phase. Nothing.
1.
Dead.
Huh.
Okay.
Bloodworm dead.
If destroyed, gain 4 victory points. And then he is out. Goodbye, Bloodworm. You will not be missed.
Okay,
Not even for a second.
that was my turn.
We are being cheered that the Bloodworm has been destroyed.
Huzzah!
Huzzah indeed. Oh, there's the token I was looking for that I saw fall. Alright.
Took a lot of blood. A lot of blood.
Alright, so now I'm going to the quest. Because it won't hurt so bad. Quest time. Time for quests. I get 3 red, 1 blue, and I'm looking for
And
skulls.
and you get either a yellow or an orange. You look for skulls, you want the orange.
Probably orange. I only need 1 skull out of all of this. Because, oh no, there's bonuses for everything. But I can't get lightnings on any of these dice. So I do want 2 shields.
So you probably want to trade the
Possibly.
orange for the white then?
Take a risk. And maybe get the 2 shields.
So 4 skulls and a bolt.
But I got the bolt.
So what's the skulls bonus?
Skull's bonus is you may draw a new quest.
Swank. And what's the bolt bonus?
Bolt bonus is every other player gains 2 food.
You're a hero. I love you. And then
Love the die. The die did it right there. Solve. Gain 1 food for every skull you rolled.
So you get 4 food.
Swank.
And our new quest is Instruction of the Druids. It's a twofer. You need 4 skulls, 1 shield, 1 bolt. You get victory points for shield and bolt. If you solve, gain any one of your feats. Shuffle your feat deck, discard this quest. Oh, neat. So you just like go into your feats and go find it.
Well,
That's
I have
cool.
found a lot of things between my toes on my feet before.
I thought I told you to stop.
Never! And I said never. Alright, so that is my quest done. Back to you, sir.
All right.
Yes, elephant meat for everyone, indeed.
It's another twofer, and I've just failed all the twofers I've done repeatedly. But if If I succeed,
It says the Deepling Glow Shroom is an item, not a feat.
Deepling Glow Shroom. Okay, sure.
That's this here. No.
That's survivors.
No, that's survivors. What is he hinting at? Death Sworn.
I don't know. Maybe there's an item in my deck that isn't defeat.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is flip Wiles to use a command, haven, or move action without paying an action token or resources. And I'm going to build a haven here.
Gotcha. I will go questing again. If your hero is on... Oh, I didn't even look at that. What was that one I just...
You were not in the volcanic terrain.
Oh, was it a volcanic thing? I am in ice now, so that doesn't help either.
I'm on
But
marsh.
4 skill... Oh, okay. You want to leave it for you then?
Well, no. I mean, you need 4 skull. My
Yes.
My attempts at questing have been awful.
So quest time for quests. This should be roughly close to what?
Oh, just a joke on his feet joke.
Gotcha. Oh, I see.
Thank you, Pavel. Sorry we're so thick.
Yes. 3 red, a blue, and we're looking for skulls, so we're going with the orange this time.
In today's TikTok cringe video, 2 of the dumbest men on earth try to get a pun.
And I'm liking my odds here.
You gotta roll like a champ.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done.
You need 2. So you needed a bolt in it.
Can I not have a single bolt on one of these reds?
Nope. There's only 1 die. You have a 1 in 6 chance on a red die of getting a bolt. Chaos gains a victory point.
That's fine. They're the lowest one, so we're good with that. No, we're not.
You know I got an extra die.
You
For
know,
the swamp.
yeah,
If you just
yeah,
left that for me to do.
Yep.
Which, you know, if I'd had that extra die,
Okay.
then maybe
Got it.
we might have succeeded. You know, I'm just
I understand.
throwing that out.
I hear you. So that we completed all of the quests this round. Back to you.
Oh, yeah. Does it say that you discarded if we fail?
Oh, is it? Oh, do they say that?
They do.
Fail. Chaos gains 1. Oh, I thought because.
Oh, so we can keep going.
Gotcha. I thought because you discarded that one that was just a thing of failing quests.
Right. Well. Right. Good. Okay. Well, I'm going to quest. So I get 2 might
All right. I want to see the power of this extra die because of the
and
marsh.
1 magic
You know what you've
and
lined
1
yourself up
blue
for.
and 1 white, and then because I'm in a marsh, I get an extra purple. Nope. Bolts and shields don't exist.
They don't. It's a fake news. No magic exists in the land.
I'm done with questing. I'm not doing any more questing.
No.
You can
No more
attempt the
questing.
quests. I'm not doing them anymore.
All right. Then we will. What are we going to do? Oh, trading gets me assault. Or is there a reason to move my hero out and get ready for next turn? That'll be yes. Why waste an action just for getting assault? He wants to move here. Yes. Back to you, Jimbo.
Yeah, someone's raised an excellent point. No, I'm not falling into the trap again. Move, and I'm going to explore. Viola Stone Circle. Many fled beneath the roof of the mighty tree, embraced by the ancient. I gain 2 loot. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. If it's empty, place the 2 skeletons here. If not, reinforce.
It's true, we do need to pay more attention to the items.
Each player gains 1 basic unit on a haven or any empty explored hex.
Is that both of us or just you?
Each player.
So I missed it. What was it?
Basic unit
Basic
on
unit.
an empty hex or a unit with a haven.
Okay. Done. Yes, the components are amazing. You got nice little trays for each faction. You have resource trays to go on the table. The cards are almost as thick as cardboard, which is amazing. Lots of player aids. I love the acrylic standees just as much as miniatures because you got, don't have to worry about them being painted. Very detailed, nice and colorful. Look at these garrisons. Sweet. Oh, look at these upgraded havens. I have a wall and a tower, Jimbo.
Mm-hmm.
I have no more actions, by the way. So it's
I'm
all
going to
you.
command, and I'm going to move my archer to Winterholm.
Just cause?
Well, because the banished is probably going to come calling and smack my.
Gotcha.
Oh no, he can't move further away from the.
I think they're going to go into the. I think he's going into the capital.
I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
All right, so that is all of our actions.
Nemesis. Activate legions and hordes once for each activation token on them in initiative order, lowest to highest.
All right, so the Imperial Guard activate. Their target token is where they already are, so they stay where they are, continuing to fortify.
But they get 1 level, right? 1 garrison.
Yes, that's right. And they call us mean names.
They stand from the top and say, "Fight me."
Yeah,
Fight me, bro.
exactly. They stand on the tower and yell, "Fight me! What are you afraid? Fight me! Come on, bro!"
All right, is that? Oh, there's
Then
another
the Mage Breaker.
All right, place 1 garrison here, or gain a victory point if there are already 3 in the hex, and it's not the capital. Move the legion 1 hex closer to its target. Boop.
Done.
Not in a haven or anything like that.
Nope.
Oh, it's fight time. Time for fighting.
Nope.
Yes. No, that's his own garrison. All right. Then we're going to the hordes.
The Banished.
Place a curse here, or chaos gains 1 victory point if there's already a curse in that hex.
Curse time.
Move the horde not further from the capital.
Okay.
From the route to the capital. If you are not sure, remember hordes cannot cross into a haven, so I guess it moves into the capital?
No, because it moves into with the least. So the least number of targets is here. So it goes over
Gotcha.
here to bully this garrison.
Oh, so yeah, not further. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so it is once again horde versus garrison time.
It is unexplored, so it has no bonuses.
Correct. Actually, it is a curse. So only chaos can use lightning bolts.
Correct.
So the garrison gets 2 white, and the big guy gets 2 blue.
2 blue for me. A hit.
A hit and a shield.
Hit and a shield.
They block each other.
They do nothing.
Then a level 2 garrison rolls blue, white, orange, orange.
Red, white, white, white. What's this? Reroll 1 blank for every revealed druid once per round.
Okay, so roll one of those white dice again. Okay,
Shield.
so I've blocked an extra hit.
This is in clash as well.
Yes.
You roll 1 blank for every. Alright, so I can reroll up to 2 blanks.
Okay, so reroll the 1 blank.
That was a single skull.
Yeah. So then it would use. So what's its bolts do? Because it's got 2.
Destroy the most expensive unit, but it can't use any bolts because of the curse.
So again, it's chaos.
Oh, it's chaos. It uses its bolts. Sorry, I thought it was the other way around. Destroy the most expensive unit or imperial threat here once per round before damage.
So do they destroy Pavel? destroy a threat, does that mean one garrison or the whole, or, oh, maybe that's why they separate garrisons. And it's got 2 bolts. Does that mean it does it twice? Do you want to pop back to chat so we can see
I
what's...
will.
Yeah, no, you're right. The capital's provinces did get cursed real bad. There's been a lot of cursing. We don't want to blame anyone, Walker, but...
So what are we looking up? We're looking up maybe threat?
And the abilities... Oh, right, with the abilities once per round. Okay, so it blows the top of the...
Yes.
blows the top of the garrison off. Boom! And then the garrison swings for 2, and it swings for 4. So it takes 1, losing 1 level, and the garrison gets riggedy racked.
Put it in the chaos graveyard. At least one section of it.
Yeah, and the other bolt would be used to ignore a shield if the garrison had been lucky enough to roll any shields.
Oh, it did roll 1, but it was... Oh no, I keep forgetting. Last time I rolled for the garrison, that's why I'm getting confused.
Gotcha. Okay, so that was the...
We need one
That was the
section of
horde.
it.
Oh yeah,
in
that's
here,
right.
Just so we know that there's a faction in there. Yeah, I know.
This chaos faction, man. They're so rough.
All right, so that was one of the. That was the only horde. That was the only.
That was
horde.
the only horde.
Did it do everything that it needed to do?
It had only 1 activation token.
Moved to a haven. No. Hex not for the capital. We can combat horde was wins. Okay, done.
Good stuff.
Next, production phase. Gain resources based on your total havens. Will do. Two. Gain resources shown by every hex with one of your havens. Next, first the Empire. 1 victory point for every hex with a garrison.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 11.
For every legion in play.
12, 13.
2 points for every faction in their graveyard. No, we don't fight them.
We don't fight them.
Nobody fights them. Next, Chaos. If you are in the 2nd chapter, they score no points.
It's weird. That's a very strange
weird.
card
It's
case.
written in crayon too. Is that right? All right. For every curse in play. Oh my.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So that's 21.
Next, 1 point for every horde in play. Next, 2 points for every faction in their graveyard.
I don't think we're catching up to the horde at this point.
Oy! They're so far ahead.
It's the
How do you get rid of curses?
There's no only quest so far. It's very difficult.
Oh,
to get
have
rid
you
of
seen
curses.
one on a quest?
Yeah, there was one to get rid of a.
All right. Return all units from the graveyard to the reserve.
Honestly, fighting them doesn't feel like it's worth it because the horde itself only generates 1 victory point.
Yes.
But if I lose a single unit to them, that's giving them 2 victory points.
It's true.
Now, you do get the reward if you kill them. But, I don't know, it's seeming like fighting the hordes is not worth
All right, now we get to score.
Not worth the
2
the
points
actions.
for each haven. And we all have 3, so that's 6 points
6
each.
points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then I only have
2,
my
3, 4, 5, 6.
home hex for 1 point.
Yeah, both get 1 point for the home hex.
And then I'm going to pay some food. I move you up 1 point.
Okay.
Might as well make it. I've got so much food here.
If you don't think you're going to use it, then
No, even with that, I think I still have like 10 food left.
remember you can turn resources 3 to 1 into other things.
True, but it might as well
So
just
like if
keep
you want
us.
to buy items and stuff, that's
Might as well just keep us even. All right, now we go back to the top. Dice are in the way. If you don't fight the horde, it activates, which places a curse. So yeah, so they're gonna get 1 victory point.
yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. I think it's in there. Chapter 4 is unclear. All right, reveal one druid card.
Last druid card.
Well, technically there could be another one, but this one is called Thermometer. Actually, I'll give it to you and I'll see if that's in the pack.
Tree Mother.
Tree Mother.
Please forgive Walker's illiteracy.
What did I say?
Thermometer.
Did I seriously say thermometer?
You did.
All right. Well, I'm not wearing my glasses, so
Whoa.
Tree Mother is there. Let's see. We'll bring this up. Boom. Place your cheapest unit
From the reserve here.
in resources from the reserve here. Max 5 units
That's
per X.
amazing.
Place your cheapest unit in resources from the reserve here. After damage, once per round. Gotcha.
Now, maybe I just think that's amazing because we've been getting whooped so hard, but man, that
what's-
seems awesome.
But what's that symbol there above the where it says Archery and Clash? What's that? Is that card ripped or something?
I'm not sure. I've never seen that symbol before, so I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah, graphical error. I
Yeah,
think.
some kind of graphical. Yeah, Pavel, you've got these weird lightning bolt things
Yeah.
on these druid cards. I don't know.
Don't know what they're for.
I don't think there's any dice that have lightning bolts on them.
This is us
I
right.
could be wrong.
Here's us right now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Moving on. Where are we here? Reveal one druid card. Done. Flip all your face down cards. Trickery comes back. Regain 8 action points. All the gems. Maybe that's it. Maybe we can start. Get a hammer. Break these apart.
I have 16
more.
action points.
Deal 3 new items. Jimbo, that's you because you're so far up there. 3 new quests is me.
All right, we have for 2 salt, and you have to have 2 guile, runestones. Always, you can pay 2 resources to add a skull, a shield, or a bolt to any player's roll outside of combat.
Oh.
That is amazing.
This is one thing that
That's
we might have
super
forgot.
hot.
Let's look here. Did we actually forget that? No, this is our first one. So are you? Keep going. I'll wait till you're finished.
Okay. Dragon fruits, 3 salt, discard this, gain 5 food. Every other player gains 2 food. Wow. Also amazing. Orb of Storms, 2 salt. It's part of the problem with items that we're experiencing, Pavel, is we're just getting magic items that neither of us can use. I should have played a hero with more magic instead of us both being might heroes. Orb of Storms, actions, discard this to move 1 horde or legion to an adjacent hex without activating it. That is also really awesome.
All right. So disregard what we need for the quest on this card because it is also wrong. Oh wait, I'm just going to remove this. It's completely wrong. All right.
Okay.
So the Imperial Spy. Neighbor turned against neighbor for a bag of coin. Immediate dark wings above. For every player, place 1 garrison on a hex with a garrison.
Okay.
Period.
So
2.
So this becomes a level 2 garrison, and this one becomes a level 3 garrison.
Do you want this one or this one? Let's do this one. Not that I'm gonna.
I think it was 2 different garrisons, wasn't it?
Oh, did we already up that one?
Yeah, that one already upped.
My mistake. All right, next one. Place 1 activation token on the Legion deck. The next
On the
Legion
Legion.
you draw gets that token.
Neat.
All right, that is done. Deal 3 new items. Deal 3 new quests. Pass the first player token. Example. Next, we are now in the event phase. Add 2 threat to all legions and hordes in
I don't
play.
want to do this part.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Empire gains 1 victory point because the guy maxes out and still would gain another level.
So also does the horde. We bumped on the banished as well.
Okay. Yeah, I knew he was going to be a problem because he's only goes up to 5. So, and the Mage Breaker's now at max level as well. So,
Gotcha.
just FYI.
First player draws and reads the next event.
Here we go. Corruption of the Witches. The herbal women were once counselors and healers, but the source of their power, now stained by chaos, has driven them mad. Each player places 1 of their elite units from play or the reserves in the Chaos Graveyard. So that's a free 4 points for the Chaos faction.
An elite. I only have one elite.
On the upside, this turn we're incentivized to fight because they've already got one of our units.
This is true.
And in the evening hours, stinking mists rise from the now empty fields and drive the frightened survivors into their holes and shelters. Place 2 hordes at threat 5 on any empty hexes in the same region.
So 2. Oh, we do have 2 hordes. Threat.
Empty hexes in the same region? Pavel, could you clarify what empty hexes in the same region means?
Oh, regions. If you look here.
Oh, like the Screaming Sea,
No.
the Howling White.
Yes. Exactly. And this is the Fog Grave.
Okay, so 2 hordes on threat 5 on any empty hexes in the same region. Well, we're basically because we want to fight / make them fight. Like we could put them in the Fog Grave so that they'll go after the Imperial Guard.
True. Put them here and here.
Yeah, I'd put them here and here because if you put them there, they might come after. They'll go out. Yeah, I think we put them here and here.
All right.
And try to make the Horde and the Legion fight each other.
We have the Siren. She has an immediate effect. Lure of the Wild. The heroes with the lowest guile place their standee on her hex.
We both have 1 guile.
All right, so we'll choose
No, so I think that means we both have to go to her hex.
the heroes. Yeah, there is. It doesn't say the hero.
It says the heroes.
It's a party.
Do you hear this enchanting song?
Oh. All right.
I can't help it. Okay, well that's kind of a problem for me.
Woo! Wee! All right. So that's the Siren done. She's at 25, so she'll go there.
25, okay.
Next and last, we have the Counter of Omens. Another immediate effect. Army of Bone. Place 2 skeletons on his hex. He has a lightning bolt effect.
Good. Wait. No, that's fine, because lightning bolts don't happen.
We need another counter. Do we have a spare counter lying around?
What do we need a counter for?
A slider for
Oh, a
us.
slider. Yes, absolutely.
And he's also at threat 5? Question mark?
Oh, we're in round 3.
Yes.
So when we added 2 threat, we were supposed to add. Or are we at that point yet?
No, there was somewhere down here where it says, it actually said, if you're in the last turn. Right here. Place 1. It's activation tokens that we have to worry about.
No, there's something. Remember, they're
Yeah,
threat
right
runner.
here. Right here. If it's right here.
Add
on the
2
last.
threat to all.
Yes, but here on the last chapter, do this
Oh, okay.
twice.
It's activation tokens,
Yeah.
not.
And what thread are we at for chapter 3 there? It's on that upside
5.
down card. 5. All right. 5 it is. Here we go.
Wasn't this supposed to be a? What is it, chapter 3?
He is 13. He will go
He is 13,
in between
so
those
he
2.
goes in between the 2.
All right. Good stuff. We have so many options, Jimbo.
My armies are so far. From maybe putting them over here was a terrible. Well, we've already done it. It's already done. We made the decision. It was probably a terrible idea.
All right. First player draws and reads. Is that everything done off of that event?
No.
Okay. That's phrase 1.
Place 1 legion at threat 5 on the capital in a 3 or 4 player game. Okay, we don't have to do any of that. Place 1 skeleton adjacent to a haven on a hex with a curse, if possible.
Done.
Activate all skeletons. What happens when skeletons activate?
Well, glad you asked.
I suggest we put him.
I'm sure you could tell us quickly, but I want to look it up and see if I can beat him from this type. Place a skeleton, 51.
We're looking at activate.
Yeah, I remember. Would it be under activation? Activate skeletons, 48. Okay. If in effect activates skeletons, move all skeletons from 1 hex at a time, following the rules for activating Horde. See page 55.
Okay.
But do not leave a curse. Resolve all combats, then repeat this for all other hexes with skeletons. This might result in 3 more skeletons in 1 hex. Remove 3 and form a horde.
So this guy will go to the place that has the least units that has units. So 3 of your units are here, 3 Imperial units are here, the Legion and 3 units are here, so it's one of these 2 spaces. Will be, I think it goes to Havens first. It's in the...
Oh, it's in the thing, which is right up here. Horde.
They won't move farther from the capital. Oh, so that means, again, that's not further, into a haven. So they'll always choose the haven first.
All
right.
Alright, I think we need to finish that skeleton before we move the other ones.
There's no... Oh, right, because we're activating the skeletons.
Yeah, we have these
let's do combat first, and then we'll activate those 2
Alright,
skeletons.
so skeletons don't have any archery, is that correct?
That is correct.
I have 2 white dice in there for some archery, and I don't kill that skeleton. I want to be cocky and just say, and the skeleton's dead.
Okay.
But that's not the case.
So now you roll 2 white dice and a black die. Skeleton rolls nothing.
Crushify.
You gain a victory point.
Sweet.
Alright, so then these 2 skeletons, they won't move further away from the capital, which is fine, because they can't. There's no haven next to them. So I think that means they go in here and try to take on the garrison
they
of the
definitely-
Legion.
Or isn't the least? Would they not go into there?
But that has units.
That has to have
There has to be units there.
Alright. Then we'll look at
So-
his card.
Well, do they fight the garrison first?
Yes.
And then the Legion? Okay.
Correct. If they survive the garrison.
Okay, so the level 3 garrison, you're throwing 3 white dice for
Got 'em.
ranged combat.
Boofed.
And that's 1 victory point for the Imperials.
Oh,
no,
wait,
no,
there's
they
still
don't.
more.
They don't do that. Do they? Pavel, when the Imperials destroy skeletons,
Yeah, no, they just go
do
to
they
the
get the
graveyard.
1 victory point for after damage and the Imperial Graveyard? Or do they just go to the Imperial Graveyards? Skeleton just moves to the graveyard. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry we keep throwing you. It just makes sense.
Yeah, sorry to keep nagging you with questions, Pavel. Thank you very much for your patience today. We really appreciate it.
Okay.
A lot.
A lot.
Okay, so then it is now fight time. So the skeleton rolls 1 red die. And then...
Is that 3 purples, 2 blues, and a red?
Who? Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you're rolling the garrison.
Oh, that's right. It's the
The
garrison.
garrison,
I got it over here.
garrison rolls 2 blue, 2 orange, and a white.
2 blue, 2 orange, and a white.
2 blue, 2 orange.
I got the white. Alright.
2 skulls.
2
which are
shields.
both, which are both blocked.
And then the skeleton
Hurt.
is...
Today we have learned, do not attack a dug-in Imperial outpost with 2 skeletons. It's not a good call.
Not a good call.
Not a good call. All right.
Now, had that been one of our havens, that probably would have done much different.
Yes, that could have been a lot worse.
Actually, it could have been bad here. Like, leaving these empty, not so good, because these don't even get dice unless you have units.
That's right, there has to be a unit there to man the defenses. All right.
Now we're finally done to the bottom of that event phase.
Indeed.
All
So
right.
then we placed 2 activation tokens. Oh, no, wait. Who was the new... Oh, no, it was only... We didn't get an Imperial Legion's turn. So everybody gets 2 activation tokens.
Because 1 was not enough. Do
2
you have
activation
2 more?
tokens, please.
All right.
Oh, my gosh. This is awful.
Draw 2. Here we go. One of these says you win the game.
Hey, look at this. I have a feat that says just destroy a horde and play. That's really powerful.
Remove all
Wow.
curses. That's a good one. Flip this to lose 1 skull and gain 1 lightning bolt. That's
Combat
all.
only, or...
Yes. Archery and clash. Flip this to lose a skull but gain a lightning bolt. Great for quests. I saw where you're
Well,
going there.
and still really good for the now that we've got the Tree Mother.
True actions. Discard this to gain 1 basic unit on any of your havens for every horde and legion in play.
Yeah, but we don't do quests, Pavel, because the quests. You've seen what happens when I quest. There's only failure and tears,
1 basic unit on any of your havens.
and then the
for every
whining.
horde.
So much whining.
Well, I think which would be better? 1, because I'm only going to use this once.
Yes.
This as soon as I do an action, I discard this to gain 1 basic unit on any of your havens for every Horde and Legion in play. So that would be 5 basic units.
That's a lot of basic units.
I think that's the way to go.
There are no bolts. There's no bolts.
There's no bolts.
They don't exist.
I need replacement dice. Who do I talk to? There are no bolts on my dice. You sent me faulty dice.
Oh boy.
Okay. 2 feats. Keep 1. 10 card limit. Bottom of the deck. Build units and towers and stuff. Well, it's not actions yet, so I'm not going to get my billions of units. So do I have 6 of these? 2, 4, 6. I do have 6. I'm going to spend all of my salt. And 3, 4 of my food.
I think I have to spend all my salt too, but I don't want to because I want to buy items.
And that gets me 2 of these. Putting this to a 5-man killing machine unit. That's all of this gone. This is the final showdown, Jimbo. It's all about this turn. And I think we need to do all about the. Do we have anything here? Remove all activation tokens. Discard this quest. Flip. Here we go. Flip any unexplored hex with no curse. No, we need things that discard curses. Choose a hex with a curse. Pay 5 resources. There we go. Got to do this quest.
But we got to keep 5 resources.
And then we have to do this one as well.
The druid sacrifice.
Why is this? No, this is. Darn it! I got all excited. So got this.
Yes, Nosip's got a great idea. Grab a Sharpie, put bolts on the blank sides.
Yes.
He's thinking outside.
And then we keep those separate though. Those are player dice only. And then the Chaos and the Legions play with the ones without the crayon on them. All right. I still have stuff left to do. What costs just food? I'm going to get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might as well buy 1 because why not? And it goes on any haven. Done. And I have no salt left to increase my things, but we're not doing that anyway. Jimbo, are you done buying stuff?
Yes, I am done. I am done buying things.
It is now action time. Time for actions. Well, before we start our actions, I want to thank everyone for coming. There were new people here. We unboxed Uprising Curse of the Last Emperor, and we went right into playing it. This was only possible because of Pavel here helping us. We want to thank him. He was one of the designers. This is from Nemesis Games. This was a Kickstarter that Mark bought and that I stole from him.
Allegedly.
I'm here with Jimbo. My name is Michael Walker, and we are so very wrong about games. We have a podcast.
So very wrong.
So very wrong. We are being destroyed, but this is good. Like I said, if we won on our first play, I would have been a little upset, just because it is a cooperative game and it needs to be very difficult. And we are on the last turn. We're about
the views of Michael Walker are not necessarily the views of the staff
that
so very wrong about
that are
games.
reflected by the rest of the. We are now going to do our actions for the last turn, starting with Jimbo.
Yeah.
Take it away, sir. They say it's winnable. How many do we have to get? We have to get you what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and probably 10 more. We have to get you 17 points. No, but that's being Haven, right? 4 Havens minus 8.
Walker, where would I put Havens right now?
I don't know, Jimbo. I don't know.
Where, there's curses everywhere. Where would I put a Haven, Walker?
I don't know. We need to get rid of some curses.
Oh, he meant Uprising in general, not this game.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's much better.
Because this game is unwinnable at the moment. Choose a hex with a curse, pay 5 resources, and okay, that's fine. And gain a thing. And
removing all activation tokens from a
it only
legion
needs
doesn't
1.
really help us.
Alright.
Flip any unexplored hex with no curse on it and resolve its effects, but do not place or reinforce any garrisons or skeletons. That's actually kind of cool for that sea tower.
I can't do this until I do a couple of fights with my leader. first things first, we have to move our leaders, Jimbo.
Do we? Do we though?
Well, in order to do command, right?
You choose an explored hex, and you move any of your adjacent units into the explored hex.
So I see. So you don't need your hero there. Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh, shoot.
That being said, your hero can pop right in here, Jimbo, and not get attacked.
That's what I'm planning to
And
do.
then, whoop.
So I just realized I can't get my army to the Banished, because armies can only move into explored hexes, and you cannot explore a hex that's cursed. I have no way,
Why can't you explore a hex that's cursed?
because it says, if the hero's hex is unexplored and has no curse, flip it and resolve its effects.
So curses on unexplored hexes are bad.
Yeah, super bad. I literally can't get to the Banished yet. We might be able to arrange somehow,
Gotcha.
but if you move your units on a hex with a curse, then remove it, your units stay. If you then explore, it doesn't count as empty, so you don't place any new garrisons or skeletons on the hex. But we have to remove the curse, Pavel! How do we remove the curses? Cursed hexes count as explored?
No, you can't. Oh, you.
Do
Yes. Yes. Because they are that type of hex now. They are a cursed hex.
Ah, okay. Alright, so it's not as bad. Not as bad as I thought.
True. Okay, that makes total sense.
Makes a lot of sense. Alright.
We need to make the cursed, their stand hex size.
Hex!
So you just go, boof.
Look, it just takes over the whole hex.
Or you put it over top of the terrain type, and then
Yeah. We're gonna run it by a 3D printer, and then we're gonna...
all right.
Alright, so what does this Forest Spirit do?
Let's just remove a curse.
Right, he lets us remove a curse. I don't have 5 resources.
That's what I'm saying. I have to do some fights first.
Well, there's another way to get resources. So I'm gonna move.
Wait,
To
before
here.
we do anything else, do we want to do any trading? Because we are, for the one time probably in this game, in the same hex.
No, I need my resources, and you probably need your resources.
Okay,
So
just checking.
then I'm going to explore. So the hex is unexplored,
I was about to say, I don't
and there's no curse here.
you true, and I don't think you can use the sea tower until you explore it anyway.
So, Dawn Guard. Units and heroes here are adjacent to any hex. If your hero is here, pay 1 less salt for items in the market. I might be going to buy some stuff. The Empire saw value in the smuggler scum festering at Dawn Guard. Getting 2 salt crystals.
Plus the one that was on it. Did you grab that already?
Remove any skeletons here.
Okay.
Place 2 garrisons here. So there's already 3 garrisons here. So they get 2 more victory points.
Oh no, there can be up to because
There can only be up to 3 garrisons in a single.
Oh, I keep misreading that as like 3 completed garrisons.
Nope, 3 garrisons. So I did just hand the Empire 2 victory points. That's not great.
That's okay. They were behind anyway.
It's not great. But we can buy items from here now at 1 less salt.
All right.
Now, admittedly, we can't use these 2 items, so we can't buy them. But, you know, we can buy the dragon fruits.
The dragon fruit is totally ours. For 2 salt.
And you can
That
move,
I don't have.
I do. I can do it. And you can move.
Now remember, you can turn that hex however
Oh, that's
you wish.
right. I want to turn it like this so that both. This is probably a terrible idea. I'm probably just giving victory points to the chaos. But I'm genuinely hoping the Imperial Guard will be able to halt the Siren and the counter opponents here.
If they're going to move 2 spaces, they'll have 2 activations each. All right.
Okay,
This
so
is
that was
happening.
my action. Was
That was
to
your
move
action.
and explore. Is now your action.
Do I need to move my hero? Yes. Because in order to get these resources that I need, he's got to be in a spot. 1, 2. There he is. Actually, no. He only has to move to here. Then I do the command, pay a food. I choose this hex. No, I don't.
Because it's got to be explored.
Because it's got to be explored. Give me that food back. Give me this command back. Well, there's nothing explored around me, so he's going to have to move again.
And then explore.
And then he's going to have to explore. So I think that's my only mission this turn, is to attack there.
Well, I mean, you could fight. If you could somehow get your whole army out here, you could try and fight the Siren or the counter of Omens.
Well, let's see what we got. I'm going to have another big army in a minute. After I move these guys out of here, I'm going to get 5 basic units. Oof! Oh, this is not working at all. Look at that, Jimbo. All mountains all the time.
Just make it a straight line. You'll have to just go out and around, which you had to do anyway unless you wanted to fight the Imperial Guard. You can use the quest Hawken Scouts to save an action point.
Alright, Imperial Slave Mines. Remove any skeletons here. Place,
You could have done. Well, okay, we've done it already.
place 2 garrisons here.
Okay, so they get 2 more victory points.
No, oh, you're right. Roll your hero dice. Gain goods, the red. Sorry, that I can't remember.
I can never remember them either.
Oh, the red goods. Red goods.
Commodities? No, it's like you pillage them. They're something. They're rewards or
These things.
spoils.
Spoils. That's it. Spoils. Gain 1 spoil for every skull. Every other player gains 1. So you get 1 spoil, or whatever they're called. And then I get to roll my hero dice and gain that many. And I leave an opening so I can come back in here and destroy that garrison. Hero dice. 3 red. Can I have some red, please? 1 red. A blue. And the orange has the yellow has the most skulls. How many red tokens do I get?
3.
3 red tokens. That's enough for another haven. Hooray!
Huzzah! Prithee huzzah!
Alright. Now it is
My turn.
your turn, because I had to explore.
All right.
Will it save 1? Because we have to place 1 on the quest to get it.
Right, but so you,
Well, I haven't
you
read what it
quest
does yet.
and explore for
Okay.
1 action point.
Gotcha.
Is
I
the long
didn't
story short.
actually read it, so I'm sorry.
That's fair. Well, I'm gonna go to the market.
Yes, I should have done this instead.
I'm going to pay 2 salt to get the dragon fruits.
That was a mistake.
This is for you, because it's a strength 3 item. And unfortunately,
Let's pretend this is what I rolled, because it's the same thing. So I would have failed it anyway.
No, you would have succeeded.
3, it needs 4.
Oh, it needs 4 you would have failed. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to get rid of the items here, so that's it for my buying. I'm going to...
Yeah, Pavel says the first game doesn't count anyway.
That's fair. I'm going to... Well, when we get defeated, the Empire will save us, right, Pavel? Right?
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 Empire's our friend.
Then I'm going to discard the dragon fruits to gain 5 food, and you, Walker, gain 2 food.
I like food. And is your turn done?
Yes. No, I traded, so my turn doesn't have to be done.
Oh, your turn's done.
I'm going to move. Whoop. And then I'm going to use Tricky.
I can't even get to him from here. There's mountains there as well. I'd have to go like on a super loop.
Sorry, then I'm going to use Wiles to use a command action without paying the action or the food to move all of my forces here.
Alright, that's what I'm
That
going
is
to do.
it for me.
I'm planning to use the Forest Spirit, unless you're totally planning to use it.
No, go ahead. I mean, I have lots of resources.
Not any time. Well, I have much too. Like I'm going after this hex here because it's the only thing I can get to if I'm going to do a second thing.
Sure.
So I command. I pay a food.
Just remember, like, if you want to fight the Siren, that's going to cost you
There's
3.
I'd have to do like yeah,
1,
exactly.
2, 3.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm going to try to find something that's here.
Okay.
Or will there be anything there? No, I'm going to try to place. Oh. Anyway, we'll see how it goes.
Well, I mean, you can go smack the garrison. That's 6 victory points.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, command time. I pay the food. Moving these guys in.
Right. So in the ranged phase, the garrison has 3 white dice. It is a mountain. Highlands. Only 1 die is rolled in the ranged phase.
Correct.
So I get 1 white dice.
If you have +2 wargs here, gain a
So you get 1 orange die during the range phase.
for archery. And one
You only roll 1 die in the mountains.
per figure.
1 die.
I'll roll the orange die.
I mean, it works for me. On the game, one thing I can only recommend is take a few minutes at the start of the actions phase just to go through the quests, druids, and items to get a better view of what you could and couldn't do. Yeah, solid call.
1.
1. So you knock 1 off the top, and they kill 1 of your dudes.
Into the Imperial Graveyard.
Ah, of course, using the Orbo. Neither of us can use the Orbo Storms, Pavel. Neither of us have 2 magic. I made a mistake at the beginning. I should have taken the Ronin that has magic.
2 vargs. 1 Deadeye. 1 troll. One thing I am... Wait, where's my troll? Oh, he's way over here. He's in there.
Yep, they're all in there.
That is the one thing I'm happy about. I'm happy that I bought the troll the first turn.
Yeah, no, the troll's definitely...
No regrets there.
just an example. Okay, thank you, Pavel. What is that?
I don't even know. Must be troll special ability. Regenerate. Here it is. Troll. Negate all skulls rolled by garrisons this turn.
You can actually do that.
True. Oh, that's true.
So, they got 2 skulls. You got 1. You could ignore all skulls on both sides and just go right into another clash.
That is what we're doing.
You could place your cheapest unit in resources from the reserve here.
Or I could reroll.
Or you could reroll all dice that didn't get bolts.
No, I think a total redo is...
You're just going to do a total redo?
Yeah, because that... Yeah.
Okay. So then we go back into... And it's once per combat, so now this is... We can't do the silence again.
Correct. There we go. No, not so much greater. Awful.
Yeah, no, you're getting riggedy wrecked. So these 2 cancel each other out. You do 1, and they do 3. So I think it's your 2 wargs and your archer.
Before damage once per round on your hero's hex. Pay 1 food to gain 1 skull.
Okay, so you kill them.
I still take 3,
3
correct?
wounds, correct.
1, 2, 3. Then technically it's still my action.
You gain, is it 2, it's 1 point per garrison? 1, 2, 3.
I will discard to gain 1 basic unit on ammo. So there's 5 guys out there. 5 basic units on a haven.
Nice. The troll's up here with you.
Yes. And there's 4 units over there. Alright. That's my action.
I don't want to fight the banished. Fuck. Sorry. My apologies.
The silence is not to be trifled with.
It is not. I am going to command. I am going to move my army into the banished. And we are going to fight. Alright, the range phase. He gets 2 blue dice.
The banished. Here we are. 2 blue.
I have no dice in the range phase. I took a risk. It's probably not going to pay off, but
1.
1 of my sellswords is defeated.
So they don't get their dice again. But we do.
But of all the most horrible things we put in the game were a direct result of our backers suggesting and voting for them. The banished being one of them. Can we, do you have a list of these backers? Could we,
Yes. Can we...
is there, anywhere we
PDF
could go to speak
maybe?
to them, maybe? Just to have a,
Maybe an
just a
email
little
list?
word,
Oh, Jimbo, I hope you're rolling a mitt full of dice.
How would I roll a mitt full of dice? The most dice I can roll is 5.
I want units that roll more than 1 dice.
So
Where is this fight? Where is this fight happening?
It's here.
So you can't use the lightning bolt. I'm sorry.
Right. So I cannot use the lightning bolt at all. Okay. So then in that case, he hits me for 3. And I hit him for 2. So he loses 2 levels. And when the Berserker dies, he loses another level. So he loses 3 levels.
1, 2, 3 levels.
Ah, their Orgon unit has 2 yellow dice. One of the expansion factions.
Nice.
So what's he down to?
He's down to 2.
A red and a white.
Red and a white.
Alright, well, here we go. It's just my bandit and the banished. I'm going to Tricky. Because if I roll 2 skulls,
It's not a Berserker? Okay.
he dies. No, the Berserker already died. One hit.
It's worth it. Worth the chance. Alright, that was your Actionios.
That was my Actionio.
Going to do the quest. 3 reds. A blue. And I'm going for skulls. Am I going for skulls? Yes, I'm going for skulls. So the orange.
What are you going for?
4 spirit.
Okay. I see 3 skulls and 2 bolts.
Yes.
Success.
Success on 2, but I only need 1, which is fine. Choose a hex with a curse. Pay 5 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can now only do 1 command, which is all I need.
You know what, it would have made a lot of sense? If we had done that where I am, so that I could explore and make it not a cursed location.
Yes, had we thought it out
Had we thought it out.
and realized that you're going to do a fight already on a cursed area.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing a secondary fight in a cursed area because I have nothing else to do over here. And I gain a victory point. Woo!
I like victory points.
Is my hero on a hex with a curse? He is not.
He is not.
Completed. I can move, I can explore, I can command. So, this being said, Jimbo.
So if you do this one, you can flip that unexplored hex and not place any skeletons or garrisons on it.
Probably the best bet, but it is back to you. Does my hero have to be on the hex?
Ooh. If you get 3 light... Well, what am I saying? I was going to say, if you get 3 bolts to do this quest, you get to remove all garrisons from one hex that doesn't have an X on it.
Nice.
Yeah. Very cool. Oh, Force Spirit does not discard. Only on a failed roll.
Okay, well, I am not understanding how quests work, as in you have to read it and take it all completely literally. So it just stays out for the whole turn.
Yeah.
And we can...
Which means I might as well keep hammering away at it, honestly.
Yeah.
Because if I admit it, like...
You only need
Okay,
one.
well, Chaos getting 2 victory points sucks.
You only
if I
need
fail,
one.
but I only need 1.
One shield.
And
one.
I have...
Yeah. All right.
And how many... Sorry, how many resources can we trade in for victory points?
5.
Okay, yeah. Because I was going to say, it might be better this way...
It's the same.
Yeah, it's effectively the same, and we hurt them. Okay. Well, I'm going to quest. Thank you, Pavel, again.
Yeah, you're right. Just
Read the text.
But I'm just going by, the history of 50 other games, when you complete a quest, it is completed.
2 red dice, 1 purple die, 1 blue die, 1 orange die. I'm going to go to the forest spirit.
True, or maybe a little blurb under quests that, quests only get, anyway. It might have been there, maybe I just didn't read it right. The fact that,
Suddenly, we're just getting bolts forever. I will spend 5 resources. I will remove...
Yeah, just do that one out of spite.
Yeah, this one out of spite. I should have done that first. But I'm stupid. And I gained a victory point. Go ahead.
I am going to do another quest. I am doing Holquin Scouts. 3 red. Wait a second, what happened? I need some more resources. Give me 2 resources. If you have 1+ units, gain 2 resources. I had the troll left. I get 2 food. Discard this. Alright, back to thing. Not that I'll ever use that food, but 3, a blue, and the orange or the white. So what do you think, Jimbo? I need 4 skulls. I think I better take...
You better take the orange, because you only need one conditioning.
You're right. So any lightning bolt, 2 lightning bolts.
2 lightning bolts, 4 skulls, 1 shield. 5
4,
skulls.
yeah, there we go. Thank God. So, discard quests. This one will be discard. Flip any unexplored hex with no curse.
That one. Resolve its effects, but do not populate it with...
This is a Frosthold Pass. Gain 2 goods. Booty. Spoils.
Plunder.
Plunder. Gain 2 plunder. If empty, place 1 garrison here, which we don't because of the quest.
Yep.
If not, reinforce here.
Which we don't.
Place 2 garrisons on empty hexes with no X.
I'll read the card to see if that's...
It says, but do not place or reinforce any garrisons or skeletons.
There you go.
Period.
So that actually worked out super well for that particular hex.
Discard this quest. And if my hero was on something,
forest.
I would have got something, which I don't. And I want to make that open to go in, but I don't need to go in because there's no enemy there to go into.
I mean, you can always go into the capital. It locks you in until you die. But...
Yeah, I thought the capital...
Because so when you go to the capital, you fight the garrison. When you defeat the garrison, you spawn a legion. If you kill the legion, you spawn another legion. If you kill the legion, you spawn another legion.
Well, until there's no legions left.
I guess so.
And those are only basic units.
Yes, those are only basic dudes. Like, storming the capital, not high on our list of priorities. But if you're looking to score victory points for killing a garrison... Oh, and then if you run out of legions, you flip the capital and gain 5 victory points.
Gotcha. But we need to get you up, is the problem.
I don't have any troops.
I know.
I'm not getting any victory points. That's not happening.
I see. All right, whose turn is it then?
Actually, that's not entirely true. I could plunk a haven down on that new tile.
On this tile?
Yeah.
True.
And that would give me...
Yes, because I was thinking about a way to get 2, but you might as well take it for 1. And I'll put mine here, and that'll get us 2 more points each. At least that's something. Either way, it is your turn.
So I move. I haven.
I can just haven where I am for 3. Back to you, Jimbo.
I'm out of actions. It is you until the end, Walker.
I do have 5 resources left, Jimbo. Questing again.
Go for it. Yeah, hit the Forest Spirit again.
That's what I need right there.
I didn't realize... Yeah, I underestimated the Forest Spirit because I didn't clearly read and understand the card. There you go.
There you go.
So you get another
More
victory
ways
point.
when I spend all of my resources that I have left. Victory point, like you say.
Remove. I suggest Let's remove this because these are lands where people can live. The rest of this is just like blighted
Exactly. That is
Iceland.
Does not exist. There be dragons. All right.
So, the Nemesis Phase.
No, I do have one action.
Oh, okay.
Not that it matters. I can't think of what I would do with it. With no resources.
Quest again.
Oh, I have no resources.
Oh, you have no resources to spend.
What do we do if we get this? Is it worth attempting it for the sake of attempting it?
If you score 4 skulls, you get a victory point. And it actually can stop the Imperials from getting victory points.
So 1 shield or
4 skulls. I see 4 skulls. So you get a victory point. Punk. We remove all activation tokens from 1 legion. I suggest the Mage Breaker.
Sure.
Because we're hoping that the Imperial Guard might die, frankly, or get weakened enough that... So the Mage Breaker has been paralyzed in Fiola Stone Circle. But that stops it from moving, and it stops it from dropping 2 garrisons, which would have generated 2 more points for the Imperials.
Correct.
Those things that are repeatable, we didn't think people would get them that wrong consistently. I don't think it means you're doing something badly, it's hard to break out of old patterns, but yeah. Maybe a little, in an errata or something, maybe just mention that there. Is that in the, I noticed there's a part in the rulebook that says like frequently overlooked rules. If it's not in there, maybe it should be. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I find that's the one of the main things with rules that you do badly are rules that are often repeated in a lot of other games, right? If you are breaking the mold, then it needs to be hammered. All right.
Nemesis Phase.
All right, let's go to the sheet. And it's legions first. No, it's actually it is a legion first.
Well, so what's happening?
I thought that's where we're at. Nemesis Phase. Activate legions and hordes.
Okay. So so the Imperial Guard activate, gaining a victory point, and then they activate again, gaining another victory point.
Are they not? Oh, that's the guy that's just hanging out.
Yeah. That's the guy that is where he wants to
place a garrison, place a garrison.
Yeah.
2 victory points. All right. So he's done. Then we go to a horde.
So then next, the Counter of Omens. So the Counter of Omens
place a curse.
Places a curse. Then
move the horde 1 hex not further from the capital.
There is no haven. Into a hex with enemy units. So it goes here. So it is now fight time.
We're doing garrison first.
This is going to be exciting. At least I hope it's going to be exciting. Do you want to do the garrison or do you want to do
You have to do the garrison first.
No, do you want to be the garrison?
Oh yes, I will be the garrison, sorry.
Okay.
So 3 dice for ranged for me.
3. I get 4 white dice. So.
Gotcha. It is level 3, it is level 3. I see that skeletons get 3.
So 2 shields and a hit.
Gotcha.
2 hits and a shield, so they cancel each
Nothing.
other out. So then we are in the Clash Phase.
2 blue,
Clash Phase, time to clash.
2 orange, and a white. Blocking it all.
5 damage.
I'm only blocking 2, so that's it destroyed.
Yep. Of course I did that.
I do 1, and you have no shield.
That is correct.
So this goes into there, and that's 2 more points. But that was going to happen regardless. Nothing you could do about that. Now we start a new fight.
Between the Legion and the Counter of Omens.
Alright, I have my ranged dice.
I get 3 white dice.
I block a hit if you roll it.
I
You do.
did a hit.
Now
Clash time.
Time for clashing. What's this? Where are we fighting?
We are fighting on
Not Badlands.
not on Ice Waste. There's no effect here.
Alright.
During the Archery
That's
Phase.
Badlands.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. So, He spends a bolt and gains 2 shields.
Correct.
Both of those shields get zapped.
Yes.
Block 2.
Yes.
Net result: 1 damage to the guard, 2 damage to the counter of omens. We might want to move back to the chat just to see if we're being corrected on any.
Correct.
Not yet. All right, round 2.
Modify dice. Don't. Oh, we need those.
2 blue and 1 orange. Two hits, so 2 blocks, and then 2 hits and a bolt. So they defeat the counter of omens. So if destroyed, place 2 skeletons here, which is going to immediately start another fight. And then, I don't know, do the Imperials get the 2 victory points, or do they just once again...
Does it just go to the graveyard for another faction?
or does it just go to the graveyard? And he's right. The counter of omens would have used one of those things to put 2 skeletons on an empty X.
One of what things?
One of the previous bolts.
Oh, you had an extra bolt, did you?
Yeah. Instead of canceling out a hit, a shield, it would have.
Gotcha.
They gain the victory of the destroyed effect, so they do gain 2 victory points. 1, 2. Okay, so then 2 skeletons versus the Imperial Legion. So the Imperial Legion does their shooting.
This will not go well for the skeletons.
No, it's really not going to go well for the skeletons.
Just an FYI. But they don't get victory point for skeletons.
No, because they've already got
They get the
skeletons in there.
True, but I'm just saying it's odd that they get victory points for one and not the other. But anyway, 2 skeletons dead.
Okay.
Picked it
We
back.
don't even go into the clash phase. All right. So it would activate again, but it's dead. So it doesn't activate again.
Correct. Next, we go back to...
Then we go to the Siren. No, sorry, next the Mage Breaker would activate.
Correct.
The Mage Breaker has no activation tokens,
Oh, because we took them away.
so it does not activate.
Nice. Then
So
we go
then-
to the Siren.
The Siren activates.
Place a curse.
Place a curse,
Move
move into the same place.
into the place.
It is now fight time.
Shooting time. Shooting time says 2 whites and a blue, which I might have... Don't know.
I need another red.
But there's the same result anyway.
So
2
2 hits each way.
2 blues, a red,
And then
orange, and a white.
fight time.
No lightning bolts.
So, first is damage. So it does 2 damage and blocks 1. You do 2 damage, so each one takes 1 damage. Yes?
You're not going to use any of those?
Sorry, the Siren will use 1 bolt to cancel.
Correct.
So it does 2 damage to the Legion.
Yes.
Takes 1 from the Legion. Then it uses the bolt, I assume, to place the Siren on the closest empty hex. So it just like, whoop! It just nopes out of combat.
All right then.
I'm assuming that that's basically like,
Yeah, because you're going to go in there to kill her, and then she
yeah,
has-
whether or not she's going to, and she's still got another activation.
Of course she does, because that will put out another one of
curse.
these.
So she would like to go to the Haven, but she can't because of the mountains. So again, she just goes back.
She can't. There's a mountain there.
There's a mountain there too. So I guess she goes to here
Yeah.
and chills out with
And
the banished.
fights the banished. Okay, I
Yeah.
got the dice.
Rah! All right, so that's the Siren. Then the banished. So unfortunately for me, this was a silly place to put a Haven.
It says not further away.
I should have-
Moving there would be further away from the
No, it wouldn't.
capital.
He would be the same. He'd be equidistant.
Oh,
He'd still
moving
be 1
there.
hex.
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
looking at this haven here.
Yeah. So, so he moves here and removes the Haven. Sorry. First, he drops a curse.
Yes.
We are almost out of curses, which is not good.
Well,
So he
this
drops
is
a
the
curse
end,
there.
so-
And then he moves here and eats the Haven.
Does that go?
I think it probably goes here on his.
Probably.
Although I've already
Yeah,
got.
you've gotten a bunch there, but just to see, Into a hex enemy is haven. Does it say it goes? It doesn't
Remove
say.
any haven.
It just says remove. So maybe only units go to the graveyard? That would make
That
sense.
kind of makes a certain degree of sense, yeah. See, I'll put it back here for now.
No, remove, I believe it's...
Place destroyed player units into the graveyard. It's not a unit, it's a building. Or it's a haven. Is it a unit? I don't know.
It didn't say return, it said remove. Is that the keyword it talks about when somebody's removed, it's out of the game?
I don't know.
We'll see in a moment. Alright, always go back to your board.
Thank you.
Alright.
And then he gets another activation. So he plunks down another
First
curse.
activation gone, second activation gone.
And he goes after your haven.
But I have units there.
Yes, you do. So it's fight time. Time for fighting.
That could be good or could be bad.
It's
We're
good
about to
because
find
he's
out.
super weak right now.
Oh, good.
Like, ridiculously weak right
Alright, fight, archery time. I have one.
now. He has one blue. Because remember, I beat him up. I got him down to one.
I block it.
Well, that's good because he would have done a hit.
Now I get this and 4 oranges. Can I have some more oranges, please?
Oranges
I
is...
got them all. There we go.
Wrecked.
Take that.
So you gain
Vanished.
3 victory points. And then check this out. Your backers are sick people. Once per game, place this card at the bottom of the horde deck.
How are you supposed to mark that you've already done that once?
You would remember that he's...
Put it at the bottom of the deck.
I know, right? Who came up with that? Whose idea was that, Pavel? We want to have a word.
I have a word.
And it's
All
not
right.
a polite word.
So what benefits do we get? Just the victory points?
Just the victory points.
Alright.
Okay.
That is the Nemesis Phase activate. Production Phase. Gain resources. This does matter.
This does matter. So this is equal to what's showing on the havens?
Correct. It'll be that as per usual. The havens plus your territories.
Is that... Do we get that during this phase?
It's the same. Doesn't
In
say.
the resources showing on every hex with one of your havens. Oh, and gain the resources of your total haven. Okay.
Yeah.
Two.
Oh. Maybe I just already had havens on those hexes. I think I did. I don't think I messed up. No, I think as soon as I flipped the hex, I put a haven on it. I don't think I just looked at resources and took them.
You tell
If I did or not.
Cornelius that he's a ruffian and a scoundrel.
We will have words later. 3, 4, 5.
So I'm curious, how badly did the Imperial Legion get scuffed
2.
once you're done with that?
2. Yeah, let me just do all this stuff here, and then I get 2, 2, and 2 of each, and 1, 1, and 1 of each. So 3 tokens. 3, 3, and 3. All right.
How badly did the Imperial Legion get scuffed?
Scuffed? Oh, he's down to 2.
Considering he started at 7, he got pretty badly beat up.
All right. Resources done. Empire time. Every hex with any garrisons.
1, 2, 3.
1 for every legion in play.
1, 2.
2 for every faction in their graveyard. 2
4.
factions.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Chaos time. 1 for every curse in play.
Yeah,
You
the
can
double,
ask yourself how many curses are in the game.
the double activation
They get that many
really hurt
points.
us this turn.
I believe
1,
it's
2,
9.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
It is 9.
36.
1 for every horde in play.
This they only get
1
1 for.
2 for every faction in their graveyard. 3,
6.
6. Now all of our points. 6 for every haven in play.
It's 2 for every haven in play, I assume.
Correct. I get 8. X for special hexes. I think we both just have the one.
One, I think.
Is there, just offhand, is
These.
there one there? Okay. So there's Crystal Palaces and maybe other stuff? Alright.
Yeah, the sea towers.
One for every, per player for resources.
Alright, well, so 5. That's 1. And then 5 more. That's another 1. And then 5 more. That's another 1. And then 5 more. That's another 1. So I at least didn't lose to the Empire.
True, and I got one space away from the Horde. And that's the end. That's it. Done.
Unfortunately, chaos, it seems, has run rampant over the world.
Well,
Even the Empire.
I don't feel we got pantsed.
No, I agree. Well, I mean, look, like, you're only 1 point away. I obviously didn't pull my weight. I have more. I have to think more about my actions.
True, and we should have taken that into account right from the beginning, really.
So we're wrapping up the stream here. Please ignore any blood-curdling screams.
I want to thank Pavel again for
thank
helping
you
us.
very, very, very
Once again,
much.
this is Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. It is not in retail. You'll need to go to the marketplace and find someone foolish enough to be selling this. Everything played out the way I wanted it to.
I think it's tremendous. I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I whined a lot about getting hosed by dice, but that's just the reality of dice.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something about it. Lots to do. It's not like Pandemic where the skeletons, sure enough, they explode, but you have units that every faction is different. You have heroes that you get to mold yourself with feats. You have many options even to make the heroes better with weapons. You have quests that you can go on if you've got nothing to do for fighting. You have constantly things that you have to deal with. There's lots to know. There is definitely a learning curve, and the fact that we played out of the box is something, right? Like right to stream.
Yeah, literally, it went right to stream. It played out of the box.
Let's
we
think-
did admittedly have.
let's say we did
messages thing here.
Let's see, we did half an hour, maybe, for the unboxing. So it is 2:30 now. We started at 11:30. That is 3 hours, but it's 3 hours for the first game.
Yeah, unboxing, asking Pavel a lot of questions, learning questions.
Yeah, can you imagine if he wasn't here? That would have been awful. Anyway.
Pavel suggested perhaps you wait a couple weeks before spending hundreds on scalper prices. Wink, wink.
True. The prices for this game will be awfully high at first because there's going to be reviews coming out.
Well, and I think he's suggesting that there may be more stock coming, perhaps.
But he says it's not going to retail.
Perhaps another Kickstarter.
Perhaps.
He is winking, is all I know.
Wink, wink. Well, if there is, I'm going for it. There was player mats that you had to get as well. Well, there was also a sort of an armory box that you could have got. That would have been more items and more stuff. Looks like it was not here. This is Mark's fault.
Yeah, I blame Mark for that. What a foolish miss.
That was a foolish miss.
He's not here to defend himself, right?
Right, yeah, Mark. Yeah, you're not listening. Good. We're going to delete the end of that video. We'll take that part out. No, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this again.
Very much. Very much looking forward to playing this some more.
No more factions. I'll take a look at the factions. Yeah, this, like I said, because it's stream, sometimes you don't take as much time to read everything and check everything out. So some things were rushed. Anyway, that's that. If anyone has any questions or anything else, we're going to go to the next phase, which is we call the raiding phase. Time for raiding. Which I have to do the slow way because once again, I never figure out how. Let's raid the Murph brothers. If you guys want to tell them what you're playing, because I don't have headphones down here. They will more than likely ask what we were playing. 100% tell them what we were playing. Tell them it was Uprising. Tell them it was amazing. We'll just do, like I said, I need to figure out if I can raid from Restream because this going into like 5 different things is cray. Alright, we go here, we kill the sound so you guys don't get reverb. Nope, did that wrong, Walker. There we go. Michael Walker, Jimbo, So Very Wrong About Games, podcasts every week, starting up next week. Check it out. Great game. Thank you, Nemesis Games. Rating now.